Imagination, because both of them don't exist right now. You're lost in your imagination. That's the basis of your fear. If you were rooted in reality, there would be no fear.
Had a dream that my baby brother pulled up on me in the Bentley truck. Lord bless him, gotta cut the stress and got a niece and nephew with a sippy cup. Oh, we gon' get it now. Don't you fucking doubt it. Lord, cut the stress and bring on the blessings. We was born without it. Godspeed. 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 Godspeed.
La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tienes recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se sacan. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce cámara ya. Hace rato que no nos veíamos. Mucho ha pasado desde aquella velada. Sin embargo te esperaba aunque sin ansia, porque sé que en la nostalgia llegas y no dices nada. Te metes en mi cama, en mi cerebro indagas hasta que no puedo ya ignorarte, haga lo que haga. Ha pasado mucho tiempo. Señora inspiración, mucha dueña de mis buenos sentimientos. La invito a tomarse uno, fumarse un cigarrillo como niños que juegan a ser maduros y como un conjuro. Limpiar la rabia de mi pecho con palabras que al rimarlas me hacen sentir satisfecho. Al menos por un ratico, hasta que me despierten esa realidad de la cual soy convicto, como la rutina, como las doctrinas, como tantas cosas que me hacen pensar que estoy en ruinas. Nacer, crecer, reproducirse, morir, pues estar vivo no es precisamente igual a vivir. Estoy enloqueciendo y tanto que quisiera no haber descubierto. Siento que soy un muerto que vive encubierto. Cada vez mis canciones son más complicadas porque yo a veces me complico por nada. Mi mente es mi peor enemiga. Me dijo te diré lo que es mentira sin pensar el daño que me haría. Vivimos entrenando para hacer dinero, estudiando cosas que a veces ni siquiera queremos escuchar nuestros cuerpos. Para estar buenas y buenos, pues sabemos que para ver corazones todos son ciegos. El orgullo y el ego, hablando de felicidad sin ni siquiera saber qué queremos. Todos quieren la jeva más buena, camioneta nueva, pero ¿y la felicidad qué? Como dice el tema. Admito que a veces me cansa luchar y quisiera dormir para jamás despertar, pero recuerdo esos momentos que varias veces me dieron aliento y que me hacen agradecer cuando despierto. La vida es un barco, un tren, un avión que no se detienen. La vida no es una estación. Gracias por enseñarme lo que debo mejorar y saber que no a todo el mundo se debe pedir perdón. El mundo da más vueltas que un trompo borracho y los que están arriba en dos se pueden ir para abajo. Cuando yo me muera, lancen un lápiz en la caja de madera y no dejen pasar lo que en vida no quiera. Sírvete otro, querida, porque siento que tengo un perro dentro del pecho todavía, arrancando cables, orinándose en las vías que conectan la circulación con mi psicología. Como he vivido mi vida, traté bien a varias putas y traté mal a quienes me querían. He consumido drogas solo por aparentar hasta que supe la definición de lo que es ser real. A veces bien y a veces no, pero si de algo estoy seguro, es que nunca a mí me podrán enviar para zonas donde los hipócritas
my friend, let me turn this down.
Porque digo la verdad hasta cuando miento.
I'm here making noise.
Man, I just looked at this right now. I'm like, man, you've been busy. Woo, I got a lot of videos to watch.
You be started. Listen. Let's get the record straight. You started my ass up.
I know.
You sucked me down that rabbit hole, and my shit is totally different from your shit.
I'm started.
You saw the old lady?
No, I just saw that they were even there. I didn't even realize it.
No, the old lady, I'm going to download that bitch and put it as my ringtone. You should watch the old lady.
Do you know which one it is?
I told you. I wrote on all of them, I think. I wrote something to all of them. Yeah.
Let me see.
I was like, this is me on a regular basis. I remember that one. That was the garbage guy. He was trying to get something out the lady garbage can. Man, that motherfucker threw garbage can, garbage. He took the fucking mailbox, the mail, everything. Threw all that shit in the garbage. And then got in the truck and took off. And it's like, well, this is.
It's going in the garbage.
So I made that one, and then they just started coming, all of them like that. And then the next one was you. This is you in a regular basis. Then I wrote one about this is how it is in New York because they got RoboCops out there, and
yes.
I didn't even.
Saw that. That's crazy. Right,
the old lady. That bitch says, I just realized, but just remember when I went crazy or some shit, and then she takes the mic and puts it to her ass and go, pop, and farts in that bitch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I like that one. That one needs to be my ringtone. I gotta.
Oh, yeah, I see the guy.
The old lady.
Damn. That guy crazy. He seems kind of aggressive. But dude, wow, what's wrong with you?
Which one was that one? Give me a little hint. I guess.
No, that's the garbage can.
Oh, the garbage. Yeah, no, he was trying to get the little piece of paper at the bottom of the garbage can, bro. I know his feeling. I identify with him. Listen, I've done landscaping. I've done a lot of jobs, and when you're trying to get the little thing at the bottom and it won't come out, it's like you just destroy the whole fucking thing. Yeah, just like that. You go from 0 to 1,000 in 1 second.
Man, he went to 1 million. Jeez.
Yeah, but you saw he picked up everything. He picked up the mail. He got everything. Yeah, he left that bitch like nobody was there.
Wow. Oh God.
No trace, not even the lid. He didn't leave no litter. He picked it all up.
That's the cleanest street ever.
Yeah, you can't say he didn't leave it clean. He did
He definitely did his job.
He did a little extra cleaning. He cleaned every fucking thing up. Even the mail. This motherfucker went, picked all that shit up and threw it in the garbage can.
Wow.
And then got in the truck happily ever after and took off. Yeah. He didn't know the doorbell was watching his ass. Yeah. No, that shit is dangerous today. Oh, and then I sent you some shit about the Fed now. Remember you was asking me how these guys die? That's why they die. The Cash App people. The Cash App dude that got stabbed up supposedly. That's them people. They play this game. They're playing games. They knocked them out. They knocked out the other one. I was watching another video. I sent you one with Bill Gates and the Schwab guy together. No, I sent you the video with China and Russia when the China man number 11. They didn't show that part, but that was when they sat down and they did that part. I haven't found that one video, but that was part of it. They signed a bunch of paperwork together, him and the Russian man, and he coronated that motherfucker with a gold chain, like these gold chains you use in Africa for kings. One of those motherfuckers. Boom.
Yeah, I have just seen something like a bunch of other countries are now trying to sign on to that.
They're not trying. Trying is failing. China man has already created a NATO.
No, not trying. They're well, yeah, I guess. They want to sign on.
I was watching in that video. Look, the oil that we so cherish from Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia have us as their friend, but they're friends also with Russia and with China. And China just now linked them all up. China been playing a badass role. That little fat motherfucker been doing what we were supposed to be doing, and we haven't done it. And he has tied in so many. He has a lot of countries tied
everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So now he's made peace between them and Iran.
Yeah.
And he's helping the people of Africa. I mean, this guy is not playing around. He's really smart.
The only thing we did with Iran and Iraq is made sure they always had a fight. We put fuel into them, and we fed them both arms. And we were feeding them both arms. They were fighting themselves with the same bullets.
Right.
That is.
As we stole all this shit.
Yeah. So now you think they're not gonna play get back? We're on the end, bro. We're on the end, and they're trying to play with their technology when China's been playing with this technology with the social credit, and that you can't do this and you can't do that without the app. You gotta have the app. Yeah, and their system is all computerized. They watch people through cameras. Them guys, they don't even got police with police guns out there either.
Wow.
Them guys know karate.
They're like, come on,
You ain't haven't been on a
please
trip to
try
China
it.
yet, right? No, okay, cool. Well, you might not want to enjoy that one because you can't dress the way you want. You got to try to fit in.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't wear
okay.
certain things when you go to China, and you damn sure can't be recording like a madman.
Mm.
Yeah, I watched a dude did some recording over there.
That's one thing. I've never been tempted to go to China. Ever.
He
I have
has.
no interest in China. I got no interest in Russia.
I think the dude said he got like I know it's more than 10 statues around, and in every building there's a picture of him.
Nice, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
like you see him every day.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and there's probably pictures of him all over
He
the
got more.
country.
I wanted to say 10, but I know it was more than 10 statues around his whole place. Like everywhere you go, you see
Yeah,
a statue of this dude, big statue.
right,
Like what
right.
the
Or like a
fuck?
mural, or yeah.
Everywhere, everywhere. He's all over the
Mm-hmm.
place. Uh,
Yep.
I would like to be around for this new world that's coming, bro. Because it's
Mm.
if the only way to get survive is to learn how to get online without their knowing, because that's where we're going at soon. Pretty soon you can't do nothing without their knowing. They're gonna,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, with the smart cars and the smart everything, and and,
Mm-hmm.
and your doorbells and the phone too.
I'm telling you, I just feel like shit's changing fast.
It is. It's going.
Like whatever's happening seems to be happening quickly.
I don't even want to say 2030. We're gonna start feeling the changes before
Oh
2030.
yeah,
Like,
I think by 2025 we're gonna start seeing shit.
yeah, and it's right there. That's we talking about what 2 years and not even.
A year and a half, basically.
We there, and it's changing, and it's crazy, because
Mhm.
everything that we've known is gonna get thrown out the window. Is how the guy said. They call it reset.
It's true because as long as we've been alive, all we know is the Earth as we've known it. All we know is the United States having the place in the world that it has. That's all we know. But this has not been forever. This is like a very short period of time if you look at it in the span of history. Which means these things change all the time.
Yeah.
It's just we can't imagine that because as long as we've known, it's always been this way. Well, what's that, 150 years? That's it.
But whoever.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's like, holy shit. That means we could be up for a completely different world. Completely different. And it'll shock the fuck out of everybody. But the truth is, it's not shocking. Because like I said, in the span of history, the United States is nothing. It's a blip.
Yeah. You stay there with your blip. It's been a blip for a minute. Not only 150 years, the United States been the United States. We might have had a constitution for 150 years.
No. We've been around for almost 300. But I'm saying to be like the world power that we are,
Oh yeah,
like maybe 150
established,
years, right?
established. Yeah.
Yeah, like established and like, leading the world kind of thing. That's only been in the last 150 years or so.
Not even, because that was what the last World War was. What 42?
Yeah, somewhere around there, 43. Yep.
So we're not even there yet. That'll be 100 years. 42. We're not even in 100.
Right. So imagine, right? Like we could be in for a whole new world. I mean, a truly whole new world.
Am I saying that right? Right after World Wars, when we actually dominated with the NATO. With NATO, first was with the war. Then NATO came after, because NATO was the peace part.
I mean, I think since the early 1900s, we've been a pretty big deal. So I mean, let's say it's 125, whatever the case may be. I would say, yeah, even before World War II, even before World War I, we were already, because that's why we got into World War, right? Because that's how big we were.
All right, and then we proved it right.
We were a force.
I agree with
that. That's why they got. So you figure, let's say, like I said, like 125 years. That ain't shit.
No. When you
so
talk
that means that we can blink our eyes and be in a whole new fucking
I
world.
think we're going in that shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you. This thing with all these countries banding together, I'm sorry. There's no way that doesn't change everything.
That changed the money.
Everything.
It's changing the
because
money.
we're big, but they're big together.
It's changing all the money. The money's.
It's changing everything. The balance of this planet has just shifted.
I remember when I told you about.
So
I remember about 3
like,
years ago. I
so
told
big.
you about this too. I was like, I was watching this thing and some conference, some shit with the guru guys. That it's not even presidents. There's no presidents there. These are other motherfuckers there making rules of how shit's gonna go down. And that was before Bitcoin exploded, and then Bitcoin is gone, and nobody thought Bitcoin took a dip. They did all that themselves. That's all they're doing. That little boy couldn't have got in there and did all that all alone.
All by himself.
Yeah, he couldn't have do that all by himself. And they had him like a king. They praised him. The Democrats praised him. Yeah, and then crush him. Him and his girl. And crushed him like a flea afterwards. And I'm sure he kept something, because you always get to keep something no matter what.
Right.
Yeah, they could come at you with all full force. You still always get to keep something. They don't get it all back. No, they don't get all of it back. Most of that shit goes missing. Yeah, and they call it theft. And then somebody becomes liable for that somehow when the money pops up.
I sent you that money one, right?
Yeah, you sent me like 3 or 4, and then I took off from there.
Okay.
I try to label them that way I can remember them.
No, that was good.
I try to label them. I know when I go back, I won't remember a fucking thing though. Yeah, I won't remember. Not at all.
Like, what does that mean? What the hell was I trying to say?
Yeah, dude, I put notes and then I don't know what the fuck they mean. That's like the craziest shit. I know this meant something. I wrote it down, but I have no clue. And
even when you find out what it means, you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, it makes no sense, and you throw it away anyway.
Like, that shit didn't make no kind of sense.
I got sticky notes like that all over. That some of them I don't know what they are. I look at them and I don't know what they are. It's like, what is that about? I leave it there until to see if I can remember. But on the table, I got
the person who puts the red string around their finger and then forgets why.
But then forget you need another string around your head to remember the red string. And yeah, we go in that circular thing. You got all sorts of things trying to keep that memory awake. Just talk to yourself.
Like $10. Are you $10? Is you $10? Okay, I'm $10 short.
Yeah, and here's the $10, and then okay, we even now somehow.
Right.
They were all even, and that's how we break even every year when you do the income tax. Somehow you feel happy.
So.
They give you back 4 when they took way more than that. Yeah.
Of course.
Because it's on everything that you purchase. And somehow I want to say it's double jeopardy, because if you pay tax
on what you
buy,
earn,
and then they tax you again on what's already been taxed.
On what you buy, right? That's true.
Yeah, because when you bought it and you own it, that was already taxed. It's finished. And then when you come at the end of the year, you got to turn around and do tax on everything that you bought. So they're taxing that again at a higher percentage.
And they've already taxed your earnings.
It's double. They tax everything. Everything gets taxed so many times. And I don't
then if someone leaves you money, they want to tax that shit too.
No, that's definitely, if you borrow anything, that's taxed. Because you got interest rates and all this bullshit and fees everywhere. That's how it works. That's how these guys play. I watched an old man was on the BJ. He says, I don't understand. I'm born into the world freely, and from there, it's never free again, because you're paying the hospital bill. So your birth ain't even free.
That's the truth. So you were a slave from the moment you were born.
Yeah, you already owing from the moment you're born. You owe money.
That's true. You're already a slave.
In the fucking hole. you're in the hole. You're trying to pay back a debt from the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's if you don't have insurance. And if you have insurance, you're still paying for that insurance.
Sure, of course.
You know,
And you're still paying some kind of bill. Maybe not the whole thing, but you're paying something.
you don't bond free. Motherfuckers are so confused. You're born into this thing of tax. This funny word tax that they made up. Yeah, and then that it's an elaborate word. It starts with 3 letters and then taxable, tax fee.
Taxation.
Yeah, they go to all the shuns and tolls and everything. No, even total comes up from a word from tax at the end of the day. They are crazy. I'm the only one that see this shit, I think, and I guess it's a 1% out there. We gotta rebel before it's too late, man. I just really.
Now where do we start?
Put Donald Trump as
so
the
many
president.
Things to rebel against.
No, we just gotta put Donald Trump again. I'm telling you. Just gotta drop him in that throne and let him go at it, and he'll work the magic. He don't want that. Yeah, he don't want it. So we know he's gonna work the magic because he do not want it. That you imagine Donald Trump having a credit, a social score, he'll be fucked up. He'll be ticket. Yeah, every time he speaks, they'll be hauling money out of his bank account.
But you know that really doesn't apply to people. That social credit score thing is for regular people. That ain't for them. Trust me, that shit is not for them.
I don't know about that. That layout.
If they're the ones instituting it, they're surely not going to do it to each other.
That layout is a layout like a MLM. Or ML. Yeah, I said it right. MLM. Multi-level marketing. It's but yeah, and multi-level marketing. The only one that gets rich is the one who invents it. Yeah, because he's the boss, and then he tells 2 guys, because that's all he has under him. You go get 2 more guys.
Okay.
It's like Zuckerberg. This is what he did with Facebook, multi-level marketing. He started it. Then 2 guys came in. They invited 2 guys, and now we got half of the world in this motherfucker.
Really?
Multi-level marketing. It's all multi-level marketing. If you look, it's this pyramid scheme. All of it is. Even the banks. They all the banks that you have that you know of, they all have one bank.
Right. It's all one source.
It's all one source. There's not multiple of anything. There's right now, well, that's the only other multiple is a Chinaman, and he done put his Young or whatever and Boo 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 or whatever the name of his fucking funny money is over there. Yeah, because I'm sure it's colorful and very colorful. I'm sure every bill is. Yeah, because them guys love color. We're the only one with the green shit. You travel, you know that. Everywhere has different money, different colors. Every bill is a different color.
Yeah, everywhere.
They're not all the same color with just a number change.
And then in Mexico, it's interesting because the different pesos are like different sizes too. Like all of our money is the same size. It's just different numbers.
It'll be funny if the little one is. It'll be funny if the little one is the biggest one.
Probably, yeah.
So you got like they're not the same. So you have a bill that's bigger than the other bill.
Yep, and yep.
So I would want to ask, are any of them the same size? Because obviously they look like they're all made in a different machine.
It kind of looks like that. They look like they all look different.
Wow. So they got different machines for different dollars. We have one
different
machine.
Colors, different sizes.
We got one machine with multiple plates. Yeah, we're gonna print $5.
Then they have coins as well. So then you got that.
Yeah, that would be funny if the coins were all the same size.
And they're not. They're like little teeny ones, like really teeny. And then you got bigger ones. Then you got pesos.
British,
you have a peso and a coin.
British money is the only money I've seen like that, and it's like deemed to be in like a portfolio. It's like you want to save them. They look so pretty. The money, it looks like real coins, like queen coins. Her fucking face is all over it.
Mhm.
So now they have a king. And them guys broke a lot of rules.
Mm.
Yeah, that wasn't even covered correctly. They put the man as the king, right?
Uh-huh.
His wife was never supposed to be a queen
Why?
because she's not royalty.
Mm.
She's not royalty whatsoever at all.
So then you're just the king's wife? That's weird.
Yeah, because
Wow,
right now what happens
that's
is
so weird.
this is what happens when you do shit like that. It fucks up everything because if he dies right now, who gets the throne? It ain't gonna be his kids.
Why not?
It will be a queen again. You'll have another queen.
But who would be the queen?
She will. She will run the show until she dies.
Well,
His wife.
wait a second.
Yeah,
She
that's
can't be the queen while he's alive, but she can become the queen when he's dead?
no. She wasn't supposed to be the queen while he alive because that's what happens if he dies. Understood that now?
Okay.
Okay. You can't. You would. Let's say, for instance, they make me the king. You're not supposed to be crowned as a queen because if I die, you become queen, and you wasn't part of royalty.
Huh.
Yeah, like she wasn't already a queen when she met him.
Right. Yeah, she doesn't come from royalty.
No,
She's just a regular person.
she's just a regular peasant.
Peasant.
Ain't know what they call these motherfuckers, like a whatever.
Peasant.
Yeah, he's just a whatever, dude. He's just one of those. You wear a sock.
Yeah, he picked up a peasant.
That fucker went clean out of his room.
I get this picture like she was all dirty and disheveled when he picked her up.
Yeah. Working on a fucking farm, milking a cow and shit. And said, I love you. I want to marry you. Come become my wife. and then they got stuck. It was some weird shit he did. He wasn't his wife. He wasn't supposed. Yeah, some shit like that. Because that's the old lady's son, right? Yeah, her husband died before she died. See, when she was queen, when she was the queen, her husband was a nobody.
Right.
Because you don't make him a king. He's only king now. See how that happened there?
Yeah, that's right, because he was a prince.
Yes. So so his wife,
I can't keep checking.
his wife now, Camilla, she became queen. So then she has more access to a throne than his children does.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're about to flip the coin. And he don't look too healthy as it is. They're both old goons already.
He's really old. Yeah, he's really old.
Well, that old bitch stayed there forever. She wasn't going to die.
You're right. Like, he's going to die way before she did.
And I bet you if COVID wasn't around, she probably would have lived longer.
Probably.
Yeah, because I'm sure she doesn't when they try to help herself, and that shit wasn't really helping anybody. Yeah, it kind of, I don't know, bro.
Wow.
But no, there's a lot of weird shit going on in the world, bro. But
and that his relationship with Camilla was like always such a big scandal. Because
it was some illegal shit he was doing. He was already married or some shit like that.
He was always with her. Even when he was with Diana, he was with her.
Yeah, he was fooling around.
That's like the love of his life. He's been with her forever.
And like he was supposed to marry the other lady, but then when she died, he had open doors to her.
Right.
And my wife would say she always wanted to be a queen. I said, well, who wouldn't have want to? That's what I think every little British girl wants to be is the queen.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
And that's in your culture. It's all up in the culture that this is what you aspire to be. And they'll sell your ass too.
I mean, of course.
They prep them and prepare them and everything.
And like I said, especially because they always had such a scandalous relationship. How fulfilling it must be to her to finally be married to the king.
and
That
being a
must feel
queen.
good, boy.
And you gotta
After all the scandal we caused and people talking all that shit about us, look at me now, bitches.
see, like if she wasn't a queen and you met her, you didn't have to bow to her, but now you do
Right?
because she's the queen. Now you gotta give her respect.
Right.
They have
All
a,
the people who talk shit, now they all got to give her respect.
I
She's
think
the
they
queen.
said they went back like 1,000 years back when the last time that happened. You had a king and a queen together because it's been a while that it was just one reigning, a king or a queen. It wasn't both.
Right.
Yeah. So this world is breaking records, and we here talking about Trump.
Really. Like,
Yeah.
who cares about Trump?
They took Trump
Who
change from him. They took
cares?
$5,000. They took $5 grand, 5 million. Charlie, get your ass
I know.
inside. Inside. Come on. Inside. Inside. Fucker come out here to make a whole bunch of noise. I don't know what the hell he barking at, but he could take that shit inside.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear him barking, right?
I can still hear him, yeah.
Yeah. That's her in the bed with all 6 dogs.
Oh, God in heaven, I can't.
I tell
Wow,
you,
that's a lot of
This
noise.
is how she sleeps. And then, well, she has 5 of them because Charlie can't fit in the bed. But if he could have, he would have been in there. Sometimes he barge himself in there, and he can't. And nobody.
Wow.
Yeah, so sometimes she have them all. But right now she has 5 little dogs in the bed.
They probably push her all the way to the edge. She's probably falling off.
Listen, I'm telling
they
you.
take up all the space.
You know those long ass pillows, like 5 feet long?
Mm-hmm.
She bought one of those not to use it, just to fill in the space between the bed and the wall because the dogs already had her off the mattress, basically.
This is what I'm saying, and I can imagine. Because, I mean, I know I don't sleep with my dog, but if I did, I know for a fact she'd be pushing me all the way to the edge.
Yeah.
I can't imagine 6, 5, 6, I don't know.
And then poor
and
Luck.
everybody's stretched out. Oh,
and
my
then
goodness.
There's one of them in there that he's always the last one, Lucky, which he's not really lucky. I don't know why they gave him that name of Lucky. But
it's sarcastic.
yeah, it almost is. I always said his name was supposed to be Spot. He's all white and he has one big, perfectly round spot.
Wow.
But that's it. Name was supposed to be Spot or Brown Spot or Brownie. Not fucking Lucky. He's not lucky. He's the last one to eat. He's petrified and he's always getting beat up.
Aww.
Yeah, so I don't know if he was better off on the street or here. But
oh, poor thing.
Then he's in the bed and he can't move. Right now, you don't hear him barking because if he barks, somebody gonna beat him up.
No, turn on him.
Yeah, they do, especially
Wait, why are you speaking? Did we say you could speak?
Because I think like the cats. There's one cat, the black cat. He's the only one that got chased. Yeah, the orange one, ain't nobody chasing him.
Right.
But the little black one, Coco, when the dogs see his ass, they all take off after him. Being he has to run, because if you don't run, they're gonna have a squabble.
Right.
No, they already have before, and then the dog ends up injured because the cat has claws.
Right.
They don't ever lose.
And they're fast. They're real fast.
They don't ever lose. The dogs are the ones who get injured. Usually,
yeah,
Charlie.
because they're a lot more agile than a dog is.
Yeah, they chase the cat, and when the cat catch up with him, they don't know what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
They were like, wait, you're supposed to keep running.
Yeah.
Why you stop? Don't stop.
But they don't try to kill it or nothing like that. They try to, I don't know what the fuck they do because they catch up with it and then they don't know what to do. You can actually see that their minds is like, what we supposed to do? We caught up with them. Now what? So I'm supposed to eat them?
So what's the next step?
No. So the cat gets the best of them. Yeah, because the cat knows how to defend himself. It's like that's automatic. I haven't seen a cat that don't know how to defend himself.
Yeah, they're all good at that.
Yeah, they are pretty good at that. And that's all. Like, they don't get taught that.
Right? No, that's just
innate. All these words that come off of one word. Because, yeah. Our language is very funny, you know that?
Yes, it is.
And I don't even want to say ours, all languages, because they're all basically the same thing in different sounds.
Right.
Yeah, they've been,
Except ours is a little more difficult.
yeah, they just wanted to get creative with the same shit. So Russian,
Right.
yeah, because even German, when the girl she translate the website right with us, boom, and I messed up on some words, so she put contacte. Contacte is is French for contact. It's German.
Oh, okay.
And contacte is all the K's. Con K Kon ta te contacte. Both K's. I'm like, that's like fucking Spanish. And she says, what you mean? I said, well, in Spanish it's contactar, you know, and you use K's and we use C's. But the pronunciation.
But it's the same sound.
Yeah, and I'm sure French is the same thing.
I bet. That's what it is.
Something close enough. And then you go to Portuguese, and they're all the same shit. That's why I say all languages are the same. English is just the dumbest one. Yeah, they try to. They got really. They went beyond creativity and started putting stupid letters together instead of just like everybody else just made a new letter. They just went stupid. They went stupid. Just put this one and it makes this sound only for this word.
Just that one.
Just that one.
Just for that one time. Don't think, because if you rhyme it, don't rhyme it because it won't work.
It ain't gonna work. And somehow you're supposed to always know.
And contact in Portuguese is contacto.
Look at that.
No C in the middle. No contacto. No, contacto.
Contato.
Contacto.
But they're all similar to each other. Yeah.
French.
Chinaman probably the only one that go say some other foolishness. Whoom, 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 or some shit like that. Bitch, you saw the motorcycle? No. Contact me, man. He said, yeah, boom, boom, boom.
And in French, it's contact. Contact.
With the same English way?
Yes, basically contact in French. Contact.
Yeah, no, they're all the same. We're messing around with all this differentiation, and it's all one bullshit. Yeah, and it comes, I want to say from Hebrew, but we were always told that they come from Spanish. Most words come from the Latin.
Latin, right.
Which is, I take it as Spanish.
Yeah, but it's different in Spanish. Latin is like what you hear when they do that chanting in churches.
Yeah. No, is that old
like
shit?
Like Anno Domini kind of stuff.
Is that old shit?
Yeah, exactly. That's Latin.
Like the Pope you're talking about.
Yeah, so French and Italian and Spanish, they all have similar roots.
They all derive from that. In English, I don't know where that came from because we know there was Hebrew and maybe Islam or some shit like that. But and if they were speaking Latin, the other side, right, the Christians, Romans and all that bullshit, where the hell did English come from?
You know, that's a damn good question. I never thought about that.
I've never asked that before, right? No. Where the fuck English?
I've never thought about that.
England?
I guess, yeah, that would make sense because they were around way before us.
But when did it actually, like, when the hell did this fucking language came in? I don't have the computer like that, but.
Well, okay, hold on. Well,
I think.
Invented. English is a West Germanic language that originated from, forget, I don't even know how the fuck to say that.
Wow, they got your ass, huh?
Ingvaeonic languages brought to Britain in the mid-5th to 7th centuries AD by Anglo-Saxon migrants from what is now northwest Germany, southern Denmark, and the Netherlands.
Anglo-Saxon? I thought that was on our side. I remember that word in social studies, Anglo-Saxon.
Right.
But it had nothing to do with the east side.
I don't know. I remember it having to do with the British.
Because that's way before Columbus was here.
Oh yeah. This is like 5th to 7th century.
Yeah.
Like that's like the year 600.
And so why wasn't the Bible written in English from the beginning?
It was written in Hebrew and then in Greek. Because that was created.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you said English come from Anglo-Saxon, so how come it wasn't written in the Anglo-Saxon language or whatever?
Because the Bible was before that, right? So this is mid 7th century.
Oh, the Bible wasn't the first.
But you're right. The New Testament was written about 100 AD, so that's only the 1st century. By the time they talk about Anglo-Saxons, that was the 5th to the 7th centuries.
But the Bible was written after man died, right? Jesus.
The New Testament, but not the Old Testament, right? The Old Testament was before Jesus. But the New Testament, so the completion of the Bible that Christians use, was at about 100 AD. Now, there have been changes since then, obviously, but yeah, that's when it was written. There was this thing called the Council of Nicaea. I don't remember that much about it, but I just remember it was decided what books were going to be in the Bible and what books were not. So there are books that were supposed to be in the Bible that they kept out.
Right. Billy Cautious. Many people I've heard said that.
Mm-hmm.
That
and
the Bible,
they kind of they
put it
fashioned
together
to fit their narrative,
they
and
put
then
it together.
they released it.
The stuff that they saw not fit for anyone else, they threw that away. They did away with it. They could have wrote it to the back and let other people decide for themselves, but they didn't choose to do that. They chose to not just take it out.
And mind you, so you figure that it was written probably in the year 100, starting in the year 100, let's say. The Council of Nicaea was in 325, so that was like 200 years later. The Council of Nicaea was a council of Christian bishops convened in the Bithynian city of Nicaea in Turkey, okay, in 325. And that's basically where they decided what was going to be inside the Bible.
So real quick, you have the computer open. So you saying, when was fucking paper created?
When was paper created? Hold on.
When these guys say tablets,
the birth of paper as we know it today took place under the Chinese Han Dynasty in AD 105. Zai Lun, a court official, invented a paper-making process which primarily used rags as the raw material with which to make paper. 105 AD.
105.
Mm-hmm.
Does that work with what you think when the Bible was written? Because they must have had to write it in the book. To say the Bible was written, we're talking about a book now. We're not talking about tablets.
Right. No tablets.
It's their tablets.
Yeah, that's about right. It was written around that time, so that would make sense.
And that paper lasted till now.
I guess so.
Yeah, you check what I'm saying? Because we got them in museums all over the place, and people got, they're all over they got this kind of shit all over the place. Talking about this was written Wakada years back. And today you can't get a piece of paper to last for what? Everything is biodegradable.
Right.
Everything disintegrates all on its own. Yeah. Even our buildings disintegrate because we don't build them out of stone.
Right, yeah.
Nothing is forever. They used to be like that, but then everything changed. It was always this is made
that's because what they made paper out of back then is different than what we make paper out of today. All right, so hold on, let me see if I can find it.
You said sack, like cloth.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, here it goes. Medieval paper was made of diluted cotton and linen fibers. Right? So it was almost like writing on sheets.
Yeah. Wow. Right. Really tough and sturdy.
And sturdy, right? So it wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah, because they were hard paper. That's why you had to roll them up. You couldn't fold these bitches. You'll crack them up.
Right.
It was almost like a cracker. When you fold it, you really fuck it up. The paper from back then.
Right.
That's why they all rolled up. You had to roll it up. That's the only way to preserve it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
That's-
all those the old maps and stuff. Like that was like cloth.
yeah, you couldn't fold that shit up, and it's like this wet, dry cloth because it was wet at some point, and
Right.
it dries, so it's stiff. It's
Mhm.
not bendable. It's not like
Right.
really like let's fold this bitch in 4 pieces. No, you're not. You're gonna have four fucking.
Right.
It's gonna break up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
today,
and it says it here too. The fibers are then mixed with water. The fibers are lifted from the water, leaving a sheet of matted fiber on the screen.
and then they
And
peel
all
it
that
out.
fiber is paper.
Yeah, then they peel it out. You don't have any people make old time paper anymore.
No, of course.
But it's a process of like putting the plant and all the shit that you have. Right now they use trees, but you said they were using cotton then. And after a while, and when you dry it out, it creates this thin. All of it sticks together.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain that. You know, like if you've seen a roadkill after a while and it's been splattered. After a while, you could grab a leg and pick it all up like a fucking frying pan, and it'll just come off the floor, all of it together,
Right.
because it's all done been compressed into a sheet.
Right. This is like dehydrated.
Yeah, it's all thinned out. It done been rolled over by the
Sun
time
got to it. It's all dried
you
up.
pick that bitch up in one flat sheet, and if
Mhm.
you fold it, it breaks. The only time it will break until you fold it.
Right.
No, we were stupid people, bro. We went the wrong way. We fell off the bridge. I think we did that. Our generation did it,
Mhm.
because and the one before us, between them two generations, we screwed up
Yep.
everything with capitalism. I don't know. I listen to that shit, man, and it puts me in a place sometimes. I don't stress it. I just worry for my kids because I wonder,
Sure, of
I wonder
course.
what kind of, like what kind of life are they gonna have?
Right.
Let's say 20 years from now, when my daughter's 30, what
Mhm.
what would it really be like out here, bro?
Right.
Because we're moving in a way that I don't see it planes flying. I see destruction.
Mm.
Yeah. Don't you like 30 years from today? You think the world is gonna advance? I think we're gonna take
I don't.
a hard flip.
I unfortunately, I agree with you. I don't know. I just see too many signs that don't look good. I mean, because it's one thing for you not to like what's happening in your country, but I feel like the whole world is off. Like shit's happening all over the world simultaneously.
Yeah.
That's a little scary. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't remember ever feeling like that before. Maybe I wasn't paying attention before, but I don't remember ever feeling like that. Like, okay, maybe I don't like what's happening here.
I related to
But I don't
prison.
feel like, oh my God, the whole world is falling apart.
I relate this to the one time I've been in two overthrows in Puerto Rico prisons, but it was one that was really scary.
Mm.
Yeah, that everybody was in tension, and the whole place was on lockdown, and all meetings you couldn't go in with a shirt. Yeah, and you
Wow.
couldn't use funny clothing because you could have, if anywhere, you would have to go in your underwears basically, because
Okay.
nobody knew who would have a knife,
Right.
and the meetings were tense because it was when you overthrowing, and that's what's going on right now. The China man
Mhm.
is overthrowing the American man in the full
Yep.
sense of that knowledge, like money wise, like financial. These guys are creating their own shit.
Mhm.
And when you say Russia, Iran, Africa, Brazil, oh, that's a lot of fucking territory, bro. We're not fuck the people. We're talking about You put
And
all
now
that together.
Mexico wants to
and-
sign on. A bunch of the Latin American countries wants to sign on.
You know, I watched a dude was saying we should have already so long ago been having some great relationship with Mexico because they're the guys who cover our border at the end of the day. We're trying to create a border
Exactly right.
when it's an invisible border, when the true border is the whole fucking thing. South, Central, and North America. This is our border. We should have all been
Mm-hmm.
working together, the whole, all the way down to the bottom of Brazil. All that should have been
Right.
one big nation. And
Mm-hmm.
we never did that. We kept putting
Right,
them as
because we got a little too cocky with ourselves, and we thought we were all that, and we thought that our reign could never come to an end, ever. Impossible. They couldn't even fathom it. But now it ain't looking so good.
I would want to take it all the way. I think them guys who faces on the mountain didn't do what they did to have what we have today. Because if you become worthy of your people, you will become
Mm-hmm.
worthy of the world. In a sense that instead of having wars, you will be trying to create peace. If you're creating peace
Right.
for your people and trying to make a real republic. You know what I learned? They keep saying we're the Democrat country and
Mm-hmm.
we're a republic.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the fuck that means.
All right. Yeah, it's a different meaning. How does that go?
We're a republic, so this is why we have Dems and Republicans.
I guess.
Huh.
We're a republic that's a democracy. There you go. You got your Republicans and your Democrats.
A republic. A republic is.
I said we're a republic that's a democracy. So there you go. You got your Democrats and your Republicans.
See, I miss so much of school that catching up is so fucked up because I get it in different ways, in waves of stuff. I never knew that. You know, all that we spoke today, it was all learning because um, politics is
So
very screwed.
So this is a republic, which is definitely what we are. I mean, not really, but you know,
We're supposed to be.
Name.
It's on the money.
Right, exactly.
Ain't that on the money?
A state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representatives, and which has an elected or nominated president rather than a monarch.
Like
so
the
that's
Queen.
making us different from England. So we are our republic, and our republic is democratic.
But it never really defined republic, did it?
Yeah, it's a supreme power held by the people and their elected representatives. And the
By a
president
democracy.
is elected or nominated.
By a democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not really a democracy because there's only one vote for democracy, yay or nay. And then you vote. And then out of that vote is what supposed to be, but then they realize the people, so that they put the other people, the other committee in the middle. That.
Mm-hmm. But if you think about it, like really, I feel like we should be able to vote on everything. Everything should be a vote, right? But what happens is that's the whole point of having representatives, right? That's the whole point of having.
But all that is beyond what you. That's all beyond of what a republic is. They put those things in to try to say this is how we're going to create the republic, but it's not for the majority at all.
Oh, you see. All right, cool. That makes sense. Now it's protected. Right. Got you. Okay. So this is the difference between a republic and a democracy because we're both, right? But in a pure democracy, it's kind of like what I was saying, like laws are made directly by the voting majority, leaving the rights of the minority largely unprotected. So that means that we would get to vote on everything. Is there going to be inflation? We vote on that. Is the taxes going to go up? We vote on that. Like every single thing we vote on as a community. In a pure democracy. We're a democracy, but not a pure democracy. In a republic, the laws are made by representatives chosen by the people. That's why we have like congressmen and senators and shit. They're our representatives, and we're hoping that they vote on things that are being passed, you're hoping that they're voting by what their constituents want, the majority. But the truth is, they're doing whatever the fuck they want. They don't really ask. But we keep voting these people into office. That's the whole point. We vote people into office is to represent us in government, and they make the decisions, yes or no, depending on
But
what
then,
they
but then it's
supposedly
fucked up
on what the
because
people want. But
the democracy is on an off playing field of the Republicans. If the Republicans are the ones who get to constitute things in the sense of creating these legislators and stuff, because I always said I would like for no words to be. I would love to get rid of language, and whenever somebody commit a crime, you put them in the middle, the same way you do it in prison. Whenever somebody's getting sanctioned in prison, usually everybody is there witnessing the sanction because they all gotta come. Dale abajo, dale abajo, ¿pa qué? Dale abajo. You don't get to answer that. No, you don't answer for what. Dale abajo. When you get there, you will find out. And then it's usually to bring good news, and then the bad news is somebody gonna get hurt. Yeah, and that was almost every day. Sometimes several times a day, depending.
Wow.
You could think of prison like back in the England movies that you see. It's a little community, and you're walking through these little tunnels and shit to get around, and all this crap like that, hiding and everything. And it's like that. It's a whole little world in the world. We have a whole government.
Wow.
It's a whole government established in there for this whole world. And it was, you have communities too, or you could call nations, because there's 23 prisons and 19 of them were communicated and linked together.
Right.
What happens in one prison, we all knew in the other prisons. Yeah, and before it was through mail, through regular post mail, and then the phones came in and it made it a lot easier. And shit was moving a lot faster, and communication got a lot tighter and all that. But they did it through mail. They'll plan ahead when shit, like we knew when something was going to happen months ahead because we planned it months ahead, like a war.
Right.
Yeah, and you get everybody to prepare, and you start saving things for that moment. You plan. It was never unplanned.
Wow.
Yeah, every person who had to be hurt everything was always planned. Yes.
Like discussed and agreed upon, and
yeah, especially around like most of the things that happen, grave stuff would happen at nighttime because we know that's when they're short of staff. That's when you have the list guards and there's lights are almost all turned
and so
off.
how did people decide who was in what position? Like, was there like some type of voting system?
Well, yeah, that's what dale abajo. And then when you get there, you find out that they're picking some new person, somebody getting fired. That's why I said it's usually everybody. Every time there's a good thing and a bad thing. Because if you have to replace someone, that means that somebody's getting hurt.
Right.
As I told you, you're holding people accountable when you're in prison. It's not snitching. You got to hold your fellow man accountable. That's a word that they say, no deje que se vaya tu hermano por chorro. In other words, don't let him fuck up. So you hold him accountable. If you could see him doing something that you know that he's going to fall off that cliff, pull him by the hand and bring him back. If you let him fall off, you're just as bad as he is.
Right.
That's how it's. Yeah, you could probably get if they could prove in the middle, they call it in the dale pa'l centro. That means you go into a jury basically because you're gonna get set down on a bucket, and you're the only one who probably come out hurt.
Wow.
Yeah, the guards used to say, make fun of us. Say, lo único que tienen allá arriba, tienen a todo el mundo, menos un defensor, porque the person on the bucket really don't have a lawyer.
Right.
He is his own lawyer. Depending on the answers that he gives, will be what the outcome will be. And usually, if you tell the truth, nothing happens to you. Yeah, it's like the police thing. If you make me run after you, well, you know when I catch you, I'm gonna whoop your ass. and you know that.
Right.
That's why you try to run harder.
Uh-huh.
And then he is because you know if he catch you, he's gonna whoop you. You're gonna get beat up, bro. He just not ran, motherfucker. You got him sweaty, dirty.
You made me run.
Yeah, don't get him dirty.
Drunk.
That's when they're gonna kick you. No, don't have him in the rain because he's gonna hit you.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, the more miserable you make him, the more miserable it's gonna be for you at the end. Yeah.
Wow.
So handcuff gets stepped on, and that hurts when they step on a handcuff because that handcuff it will just not wrench all the way it can go, and you don't have no way to pull it back, and it's just there,
Right.
a constant pain on your wrist. And when you take them off, it's like your skin molds to the handcuff shape, and that takes
Wow.
a while before. Like when my mom put me on the potato grinders, I mean the cheese
Oh
grinder,
my God! Every time you say that, Jesus.
just like that. Them hoes stayed there. I thought they were gonna be permanent for a while.
Dude, that is the most twisted shit I've ever heard.
Well,
That is horrendous.
no, it's not.
What you mean? No, it's not. You would do that to your kids?
I think if it was allowed, yeah.
No, you would not.
It's not
you
allowed.
Liar. You are such a
It's
liar.
not a fucking
you would
allowed.
not do that. You go to that to some fear. Get out of here.
No,
man. You
my
cried.
brother.
You couldn't take it.
I probably would do it too. It was done to me. I know I live.
Yes,
I know.
I don't think you could
Listen,
handle that.
I
You
learned
couldn't
few
even say
things.
like that.
No, sweetie, I learned few things. Don't steal from mom. Never again.
Okay.
After that, never again. I stole from my mother. I stole from my auntie and everybody else in the world, but not my mother.
Right.
Yeah, and I was taken away from my grandmother, but no, my mom. No, I think I learned not to steal from mom. You don't steal from mom's fucking
Yeah,
pita.
but you don't got to. That's a bit much. You don't really. That's not required, man.
It was part of the life. If I've never would have learned to do that, imagine if I could have never done that and survive it, I probably wouldn't have been able to survive my journey through my life. It was part of. It's manning up. It's manning up. It was part of manning up and feeling pain. And then you kind of like fall in love with pain. Because I tell you, me and pain got a funny fucking thing going on.
We had a strange relationship.
Yeah. I broke my foot, didn't go to the hospital. That was Sean too. I'm going to remind him. Remember when you broke my motherfucking foot on the green machine when it was yellow? Yeah, I was on the fucking green machine. My foot fell off the pedal, and when I pulled it out from under, he came on a bicycle, boom, and ran over my shit. He bust his ass too, because he wasn't waiting for that either. We kind of like crashed into each other, sort of. And I got shot, and I didn't really go to a hospital. We did a backyard job out of a hospital, but.
Wow.
Yeah, we did a backyard job. I've been in a lot of situations that I didn't count in the hospital. I don't like hospitals. Personally,
I don't blame you.
I've been stabbed, never went to a hospital. I've almost all my injuries, I've never been to a hospital.
Wow.
I fix it myself. I've sold myself when I got stabbed once.
Wow. God bless you.
Because I was already piercing motherfuckers in prison, and the needle I know it won't hurt. They didn't die. Some of them motherfuckers, most of them never scream. It don't really hurt. Like when you did your ears, did you really scream?
I was a baby. I don't know.
Oh. I did a lot of piercing when I was an adult. I used to wear 10 earrings after a while.
Wow, 10. Wow.
And I still got a bunch of the holes. I have an earring in my nose. It's never closed. I got earrings on my chest. They never close. Yeah, I just don't wear them because now I got little saggy titties. But yeah, I gotta do push-ups. Dude, I have nowhere your husband is all worked up and all that bullshit. I haven't done a push-up since I got out of jail. What are you talking about? It's been 19 fucking years.
I mean, but but him too, because even though he was, anybody like you, like him as well, anybody who's really built their body up, there's no way that you're gonna get older, and that's not gonna happen because they were already big. It's just they were filled with muscle.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you look at him now, he got two little droopy titties there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Of course.
he need a
Of
little pick me
course.
up.
'Cause that skin ain't going nowhere.
No.
Right? That skin is not going nowhere. So anybody who's ever been like a bodybuilder or like a big guy who's worked out a lot, everybody's gonna have that problem.
You know, I try to do the chest thing with the jumping the titties, the test. Jumping it, I keep saying titties, but jumping the test.
You are so funny.
You know, the left or the right, like making us move to music and shit.
Uh-huh.
I almost broke my neck trying to make it work. It didn't work. I almost broke my neck trying to and that motherfucker. I moved my whole fucking body and that bitch just did not move. I was like, whoa, you're bad, bro. You need to hit the floor. And I'm telling you, I do this every day. Look, I got a fucking mirror when I come out the shower. There's a fucking stand-up mirror right there, so you see yourself when you walk out the shower.
Like it or not.
Yeah, it's there the whole time. You gotta dry off in front of this motherfucker. It's just right there. There's nowhere around that shit. So yeah, you can't hide. I can't hide from the mirror. Yeah, no, but that there, I laugh. It's fun.
I laugh.
Yeah, I watch it. It's like I got a little memory of the transition. It's almost like the monkey going into human, but mine is going backwards. Because the monkey in the beginning, he all fat up. So I'm going backwards. I'm going right back to the monkey stage. Yeah, I think I'm shrinking too because the arms are getting longer than the legs. Wow. Me and my little life. I don't know what else, bro. So no. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. We are running into something. That's why I keep saying you need to hurry up and cash out and take your ass to another country.
I know.
Because here.
Now I think we might end up in freaking DR. Yeah, because I'm telling you, this thing with Abby is really a problem. I don't see her, and the thing is that I was all excited with myself, and so I was like, oh, the one thing I would really love is to go to Puerto Rico for Christmas. Never done that before. For New Year's, how cool would that be? So I booked it in advance, and now I kind of regret that because wherever I go, I got to come back up. So then that becomes a problem with her. I don't want to put her on too many planes. I don't want to put her through that. She's older.
You talking about the dog?
DR.
Talking about the dog.
Yeah, she turns 10 on Friday. And so I know how nervous she gets, and she's so used to her life. Like, she's only known, like, our little apartment. Like, that's all she's ever known. She's never traveled. We don't really take her in the car very much.
Well, you better practice from now.
It's going to be hard for her. I know.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to knock her out because she won't be able to handle it. Like, we got to knock her the fuck out.
CBD her ass.
Because if she, oh my God.
I do it for my
as
dogs.
As soon as we put her in a crate, forget it. She's going to lose her brain.
CBD the dog. Give it CBD treats. Find somewhere around there you can find you. Ask them which one is the best. Try to give it some CBD. I do it when I do firecrackers and firecracker season. I pump CBD into my dogs. A lot of treats. All CBD treats. And they chill. Because Charlie, I told you before, Charlie's the biggest one, and he would try to fit in places he don't. He's knocked over lamps. He's knocked over lamps. He's broken a lot of shit when that shit happens. He freaks out. He really freaks out.
And they all want to climb. I don't know why, but they all want to climb.
And then,
they'll climb even on the top of your head if they can.
He's trying to get away. Yeah, he's all up on you and shit, and he won't leave you alone. And he crawls everywhere. It's a pain in the ass. And then when he's doing that, the other one thinks he's playing. Because when he plays, when you're throwing something, he plays, all the other dogs. Like, he's the leader. If he starts, everybody else is going to run around. So then it's another chaos the whole time. I would turn up the TV too so they can't hear the noise outside. I try to help them out. At least they're not hearing the firecrackers. But I try to drown it out by raising the volume. I hate firecrackers.
Yeah, me too.
I think they should ban that the same way.
Especially when you're not expecting it. Like one of those really, like, one of the ones that go like, boom.
Yeah,
you're not expecting it.
The excessive shit. That is really excessive. Because you could do with sparklers. Get all your motherfuckers growing up in that and light a sparkler. It makes no noise, and you
Right.
get to
It's
see
like,
fire.
yeah, cool, no problem.
Yeah, then step on it so it could burn your ass. Yeah,
Mhm.
this shouldn't have nothing that violates anybody else's since they want to do it. No, you shouldn't firework.
Hey man, when I owned my house, the guy next door was Albanian, and I guess in their neighborhood they do a big thing every year, and so he was the man on the 4th of July, and everyone knew that he was the one who did the fireworks, but he was right next door, so that shit was right outside my house,
Wow.
and the noise was incredible because it's not like when you watch fireworks from far away and that's loud.
Yeah, fireworks should be
But
like
to
in
have
the
them
ocean.
right there,
It should be in the
holy shit,
ocean. You should
right? Exactly.
go see that shit some fucking
Right.
way in the ocean.
Well, that's what they do by me. So like, I live like a block and a half, I guess, from the beach.
They burn people
so
down.
Everybody goes to the beach, and they do it from the water.
From the water.
They do the fireworks.
Which is
so everybody brings their beach chairs, and we chill on the beach and we
go
watch
home.
the fireworks.
And go home, and nothing gets burned down. When they do it like this in Florida, they're always burning somebody's house down. The emergency room don't get sick on let's say on the New Year's or the July 4th.
Right.
Don't get fucking sick because the hospital is full of motherfuckers. Two things: motherfuckers that blown themselves up fucking around with the firecrackers, and then the other part, the people who they have hurt with the fucking firecrackers. Because these guys put a video online. They started playing with this 5-shooter, and the first thing it tells you, don't hold it in your hand.
Right.
This is what they're using it for as a gun.
The first thing
they're using it like a gun. And then they tell you not to shoot at yourself. And then this is exactly what they were doing. So they started one shot, one shot. Then the other one shot, and that shit stuck to his foot and burned the shit out of him.
Wow.
Yeah, he peeled the skin off of him.
Ooh,
and all the way down. He black and he had a white spot on his ass. I tell him, I see how you got the white in you. Yeah, and it was funny because he was all laughs. They were all laughs, and he had it all recorded live. And then when he got hit, all you heard is and the phone fucking fell, and everybody's laughing.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he picks up the phone and shows what happened. He got burned. And surprisingly, they shook hands and they were all good friends. I was like, bro, you a big man, because I would have been kicking his ass. We would have fell out. But they were playing, so he said we were playing. I'm like, okay. I wonder if it will work. And then I'm trying to instigate. I'm like, I wonder if it would have worked the same way around.
Wow.
Yeah, we would have done him. Well, he would not been mad.
Please.
Yeah, no, I left that shit alone. That was some weird game. I don't play like that. Don't point nothing at me that can shoot, dude. No. Because if you hurt me, I'm going to want to hurt you back. And it's all fun and games.
Yeah, until I get hurt.
But if I hurt you, I hope you can hold me hurting you back, because we got to get even. Yeah.
Right.
It's not. I can't let you walk away. That's why I don't play. But they did that. And most people in Florida, if you don't want firecrackers, please don't move here. Florida is not a place to live. Yeah, and I never thought I was gonna raise kids. You don't have that problem, but you're not like trying to live on Miami Beach.
Right, no, definitely not.
That shit don't sleep.
Yeah, no, I've been to Miami. I would never live on Miami Beach.
Miami Beach don't sleep. That shit is open 24/7.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit open in there. It do not sleep. And there's always some people on the street and somebody getting arrested. So that's what people go there for.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I'm not even tempted by Miami.
I don't.
And I would think I wouldn't, because it's by the water and it's warm and it's that.
No, I've done it before though.
But I'm not interested. Nah.
And I'm criticizing it because I've already lived it. It's not a good place.
Right.
Yeah, parking is horrible. And festivals, the bridge is always open, in the sense that it's upright, and you can't cross.
Right, you
'Cause-
can't cross it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when the boats are shooting
And
fireworks.
how long does it, like, if that one's up and there's no sign that it's coming back down, how long would it take you to get,
When it
like,
breaks,
have an alternate route?
when it breaks, the only
Mhm.
when a bridge breaks all of a sudden, or sometimes for festivals, some of them they just tell you that one is not going to be working today, and you can't even go down the road to the bridge because you're being rerouted to the. If you can't cross
Right.
one bridge, you got to go to the next bridge, and sometimes
Well, that's what
that's
I'm saying. So, like, how long does that secondary route take? Is it really far?
yeah, dude. They only have so many bridges going across to Miami Beach. I think to go over to Miami Beach, really go over
Mhm.
Miami Beach. Ooh, you probably got 2 bridges.
Wow.
So, and I'm talking about.
And if one's not working,
I'm
then
not
the traffic
I'm
must
not
be
talking about the
crazy.
Bayside. The Bayside is the bridge that don't go up or down. That goes clean over.
Right.
So I'm not talking about the main entrance to Miami. I'm talking about
Mhm.
the ones farther in, because after you go over that big bridge, there's another bridge.
Right.
So in those little bridges is where you have problems.
Wow.
And that's what connects you to the land of Miami Beach. Because it's a little island.
Traffic around that area must get crazy.
It's
during,
horrible.
like, you know,
You can
holidays
sit
and stuff.
hours. You can sit hours. It all depends
Wow.
when it is. Like if it's early, you could get in fast, and then when you're getting out, you want to take another fucking holiday because that's gonna take a while for all the thousands of people to get out. Or you want to, or like the movies, you try to get in before the movies start, right? Boom, so you get you a good seat, and then you try to leave before right when you see the first credit, you up, you
Right.
gone
You out the door, yeah.
before the whole panada of people try to rush out
It's
that one
funny.
little door.
I'm like that when I go to concerts, which sucks because they usually play your favorite song at the end. But yeah, as soon as I feel like it's about to end, I'm
I haul ass. I'm getting the fuck out of there.
yeah, I'm not trying to be with 100,000
And I'm-
people trying to come out this building. No,
And
I'm
I'm
not.
only referring to the movies because I've never been to a concert.
Never been to a concert?
Ever. I have no groove for it either.
Of course, yeah, I can
No.
imagine.
I will not feel right inside of a concert.
But I mean, forget the crowd part of it. But like, do you like anybody enough, alive or dead, doesn't matter. Do you like anybody enough musically that you'd be like, yeah, I'd want to see that person live?
Nope,
Not one person.
not one.
Would you consider yourself a music person?
I love
Like some
music.
people, I mean, everybody likes music, but some
I
people
love-
love music.
I always try to be listening to music, but I'm not one to like be that person, or I don't even want to know about them. I went a whole time. I got mad with a little black dude because I was listening to Plies 100 years. He has a song named 100 Years. I never seen the Plies guy. I never watched. I never seen. I never listened. I never watched his videos or anything. So I don't know who the dude is. I just like his fucking music.
Right.
And then this little dickhead come tell me everything about the goddamn guy and show me videos and laughing about it. I'm like, then I don't listen to the dude no more.
Right. Like, now you screwed up for me. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, because I learned that the one who wrote the song and became famous, wasn't even the one for the song. It was somebody else who was in jail.
Gotcha.
So I left that whole shit alone with Plies. But I liked the song. Yeah, just that one song, and no other one on his song. And then it was funny. His name is called Plies. Like you could even say, I don't know what the fuck it means, but I took it as a pliers.
Or like pliers, like.
No, I literally took it as a symbol as a pliers, like pliers. Somewhere he was trying to make himself plies. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I always resemble him to a pliers, like to loosen the bolt.
Right. You know what I thought of? Ply, like you know when they say like toilet paper is like 3-ply.
Ah, so he layers.
Right. So yeah, layers.
Plies.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never even would have thought of that one. Poof. That went straight over my head. But yeah, you're right. That's the plural of ply.
I mean, no, that doesn't mean that's true.
No, it makes sense. It's logically making sense, especially in the English language, because apply is PLY, right? Like cry is CRY, but then when you're saying, oh no, I don't know, I think I fucked up with that example, but when you spell plural of cries don't have a Y, right?
No.
Correct, I got it right. So then plies, the plural of ply, will be IES.
PLIES. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's plies,
Yep.
which it means layers. That son of a bitch had me. I put him a pliers. I I thought he was just some slang for pliers, and I put pliers. I always thought it was pliers. The little fucking black dude was the one who corrected me and put it plies.
It's like there's no R, dude.
I put a whole R in this motherfucker, and I'm like, whoa, no R applies. And then I even thought about PLY. God damn it! I thought he created a word. No, he did not. Look all the credit I gave this dude. No, he
Look
did
at you,
not.
my goodness.
Man,
Give
this
that man all
motherfucker
kinds of
just.
credit.
Yeah, he just was. I was just.
Turns out he was not as talented as you thought.
No, he probably, and he stole somebody's shit. He was in jail, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it. So, like this guy I'm listening to right now is some. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know how to pronounce the name, but it's Cancer Barrow. Cancer and Barrow at the end. Pronounce that shit, you in Spanish. Oof.
Okay.
So I look at it and I can only see Cancer Barrow.
Cancer Barrow. I have no idea.
And then you pronounce it Cancerbero, right? Because cancer in Spanish is cancer.
Right, Cancer.
Cancerbero.
Cancerbero.
That's his name. And he sings some crazy shit. The stuff I like to listen to, not flowing with the government. It's tough. And that's where he's at. And I like him. And then that other one song I've been listening to the shit out of it, Godspeed. I found that on my little app that I bought into, that I download music. I don't download it, I keep and I make my little lists of music for my moods. I got reggae, I got rap, I got reggaeton.
Wow.
Yeah, I have trance, I have techno.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I listen to that too. I could listen to a loop if it's good sounding and it's a good loop. I would play that motherfucker over and over and over for hours. And bob into it, doing my coding. And I don't have to talk to no one, only to the fucking computer whenever it pisses me off.
Right.
Yeah, and no humans.
Yeah, I heard that.
But that's not good because I need to start learning to start dreaming again. I don't know how to. I've been trying to turn an engine on. You sent me that video. I listened to it. I went back to my music.
You're like, too much.
Yeah, and I understand what the music is doing because it has me I'm right now programmed fully against the government. I don't think Republicans or Democrats. They need to come up in Republican, Repcrats. I don't know. Republicrats. There we go. That sounds a lot better. Yeah, and have it that they always agree for the people. Always agreeing for the people. And whenever it says to make money for us, no, that's not what we're here for. That's not our job. Their job should be no different than when you work in a school. And their pay rate should be no different.
Right.
Because you're taking care of important stuff.
Your emphasis is for the betterment of the children.
It's like, okay, the more important
thing is for the betterment of the people.
Yeah, and your pay rate shouldn't be based on what you're doing. It should be based on who you are. Not that both of that didn't make no sense. But what I'm trying to get at is, because you're the president, why do you need all this money if nobody's charging you? You don't even have a wallet, dude.
But the truth is that the president doesn't really make that much money. Not really. He makes about $400,000.
Yeah, but he has a lucrative.
They get money from They get money from a million other places, but the actual presidency doesn't pay that much.
So how do you become a billionaire like all the ex-presidents?
Well, because they were already rich before they became president. All of them are millionaires.
Because they're all in politics, grabbing money while they go up.
Because they're and they're taking money from all over the place. And yeah, they got a million things going on that they make real money. That salary ain't shit. That's why Trump was like, pay me $1.
Okay.
Because honestly, that shit don't mean nothing. 400,000 to them, that's nothing. That's like insulting.
I don't know what real honesty is, and I'm gonna give you what I'm saying. I've worked with money, and I guess I'm a kleptomaniac. Anywhere I can take, I will take. I don't know. I don't know if everybody thinks like that. Like if you are left with a cash register, you're not gonna fucking steal. That's why they created cameras. You see what I'm saying? So I think it was because majority of the employees, they were all stealing. It's a human thing to steal. If you don't have and it's in front of you, you're obligated to take $5 every day. Yes, you are, and you should. It's like my auntie said, you're leaving enough for them to pay the light bill. You should be able to steal. And this is how they came. That was one of the first things that came up. We got to surveil these motherfuckers. Okay, we got a photograph. We need to be able to take pictures of these bitches. And then because we steal. So the ones who don't have cameras and they don't have a camera, I'm sure they steal. It's ways that they put an account into these accounts. You know, like when they call like government funding, right?
Right.
You got to qualify, and all you do is put some documents. Most of them already have the documents that's needed.
Right.
Like if they ask me for documents right now, I don't know what to give people. You ask me for my bank statements, and I'm gonna be like, "What you want them for right now?"
Right.
Yeah, they're not at the high peak.
Like,
You need to catch me 2 years ago. Don't catch me now when I'm at my lowest peak. I'm embarrassed to show my bank account today. No, these guys are stealing money every day, and the system is set up for them not to steal, but then they make a law themselves to be able to steal. Like right now, they're stealing money.
Of course they are.
I feel
they're
that
always stealing money.
everything is up for
now
grabs.
it's always.
It's like with this change that's going on, everything is up for grabs. When you're changing a currency from one to another thing, that means a lot of debt is going to go down the drain, and we're going to start off fresh somehow because you can't change the currency to what everybody has and think it's going to fucking work. You know, like you change to Bitcoins. I said, for instance, everybody, we're going to use Bitcoins all of a sudden, and whatever you have is what we're going to give you in Bitcoins. Ooh, that would be hard on a lot of people.
That would be because it feels like you're getting monopoly money.
Well, they're trying to get rid of money, period.
Right. Well, that's why that won't happen like physically, right? It'll happen digitally.
No. Just the same way that in 5 years they put down, and Biden put down a regulation to the motor vehicles, and in 5 years, gasoline cars, they ain't making them no more. That hybrid shit, that is gonna get cut out. We're going solemnly and only to batteries. Yeah, and he did not put Elon Musk onto that shit. He left Elon Musk out, and Elon Musk is the one.
They got a funny little thing going on between them.
Because of that, that's the shit. Obama helped Elon Musk, and Elon Musk said he paid the money back and some, but something happened when Biden was there. That I don't know what it is. I can't speculate, but he made a video to say he paid the money back. Why do you do that?
Right.
Because somebody told you didn't pay the money back, and you make it public. That especially in these guys' shoes, when they make videos like that. So he made a video to say and to show that he paid the money back.
Wow.
But Biden did not include him. Biden took everybody else on but the Tesla.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's still making
Mm.
his money. But we go into
Of
that,
course.
and I don't. That scares me to go to battery operated car. It's like a huge.
Why?
Because that's not cool.
Well, it's true though. I mean, like, what if your battery just stops?
No, fuck that. You got many ways you can turn it on. You could walk around with a battery, a generated a solar power generator to charge your battery, and you don't use
Okay.
gas. You see what I'm saying? You got generators that solar power.
Mhm.
You just invest in one of them critters.
Mhm.
I'm referring to how they can control it.
Oh, that they can stop your car. They
Yeah,
can basically drive it for you.
they could turn it off.
Wow.
Then you could have a full charge of battery, but you ain't gonna get it on. You probably won't even get
Right.
in, because if they lock you out, it won't even open the door for you. You won't even get the little
Oh
cap.
my goodness.
Once your charge run out, you're done.
Imagine you're in a really bad neighborhood. You get out the car.
And your social
They
score,
lock your
and your
ass
fucking
out.
social score drops. You in trouble,
You
bro.
thought you were gonna like do a quick delivery, choo choo, but nope.
Okay, you like to travel. They're
Mhm.
saying that even that you won't even be able to do if your social score is bad.
Right? Yeah. They can basically just say, yeah, you
No,
can't go anywhere,
you can't go nowhere,
and
buddy.
and,
You
and
locked
we'll shut
down.
down your bank account, and we'll shut down. Where you shut down?
You know what that
They'll
is,
have
right?
complete control over everything.
That's prison. That's what they do in prison.
Right.
The first thing they
I
take
mean,
away.
that's where we're headed, where they control everything. And if
Okay.
they don't like what you're saying, then we're gonna have to shut some shit down until you change your mind.
In prison, the first thing they take away from you is the commissary, and that's your extra food.
Horrendous.
That's the first thing. If you fuck up, no commissary this week, that means you got no
Wow.
extra food.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sucks.
you gotta save up. The more state food, and you gotta eat more of the prison food, because now they cut out commissary, and
Right.
that hurts a lot of people.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't have your midnight
They know how to
coffee.
get you.
Yeah,
They
that
know what's
midnight
in place.
snack, you don't have it no more, and
Right.
that is not cool. And that's what they do.
That's not cool.
Yeah, and then the next thing they do, they take away your visits.
Mm.
Yeah, and then your mail, then your correspondence, that's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you still fucking up, then they put you in the hole, and then you lose all that I said before, and then anything,
Mhm.
almost everything that you have, they put in the bag and they take it away from you, and you're left with nothing in the room but a toilet paper.
Wow.
Yeah, and you're in the hole with the lights on 24 hours a day. Because back in the day, and I went through that when they changed from dark to day, they used to have the
Mhm.
lights out 24 hours a day, and either way fucks you up because you lose notion of the time.
Right.
Either way, if it's without lights, you lose notion. It hurts your eyes when you come out and see light, and when you in bright light, it still hurts your eyes when you go outside
Right.
because it's just fluorescent light. It ain't sunlight, and you lose notion of what time it is still. Yeah, because in the hole, and they refer to a hole because you have no windows, sweetie.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no windows. There's 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 no windows. Not even your
And
door.
you said you were in there for like what, 3 years? Some shit?
Almost 4 years. Yeah. There's another dude. I got a video on my associate.
When you say 3 to 4 years, do you mean like in a row?
Yeah,
Like
consecutively.
all in one shot.
Consecutively, all in one go, because you don't get out. You don't.
So wait.
And that was moved
for
from one
almost
prison.
4 years, you never spoke to anyone?
But there's other motherfuckers in there with you.
Oh, okay.
It got
Well, I'm
times.
like, that's
It got times.
expensive.
It got I spend more time in the hole by myself than in the hole with a corillo, because when you have it with other people is when some other shit broke out. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere else.
Right.
And then I wasn't 4 years in one cell. I went through many
Right.
prisons in maximum in the hole.
Okay.
But in many prisons, in many prisons. Yeah. I traveled through the system. but always in the dungeon. Wherever prison I went to where everybody was segregated in the hole.
Mm.
Yeah, and sometimes I matured everybody. And I knew I was going to mature everybody because I wasn't agreeing to nothing they wanted me to do.
Mm.
Yeah, like bend over, cough your nuts over a fucking mirror. No, we're not doing that. Whatever I didn't feel like doing, I didn't do it.
Mhm.
Like they tried to get
Right.
me to go to court one time, and I got a motherfucking desacato is a contempt of court because I didn't go
Uh-huh.
to court. And I didn't go to court while I
Mm.
was in the prison cell. So I told the judge, how is that possible? So he gave that
Well,
contempt of court to the jail, not to me.
wow.
Yeah, the only one that hurt me was when I cursed him out. But
Mm.
I told him to fuck off. I told everybody in there to fuck off one day.
Mhm.
Yeah, I went in and I just decided to curse him all out when he asked me, did anybody threaten me
Right.
to make the choice that I said? I said, all y'all been
Mhm.
fucking threatening me. All y'all lying. Everybody in here, the only one, yeah, that don't have a lawyer is me. I told him the same thing that the fucking police officers used to make fun of us while I was in prison. Because that's what they used
Mm.
to say with the guys. They used to come up beat up. Because some guys used to get beat up because they will lie. And the whole thing
Right.
is not to lie. We'll let you out if you don't lie. But if you lie and then we find out, then you have a problem. And that's how I act with
Right.
everybody. And people think I'm being too rough. But if you lie to me,
Mhm.
that to me, my person, that
Mhm.
allows me to whoop your fucking ass.
Mm.
And I really believe in that. Because you shouldn't lie to nobody. There's no need to tell nobody a lie. You tell them what the fuck you gotta tell them. If they don't like it, they just don't fucking like it, and they can then walk away or continue
Right.
and continue until they get tired of it. I guess because my wife got tired.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the way I speak, and it's not aggressive. I'm not angry. I'm not angry what's the fucking ever. I just speak a certain way because
That's how you be.
yeah, it don't make me no less than no one, but people don't. Oh, don't curse. I told you, dude, I got a recording where the fucking dude got upset with me because I said that he was silly,
Silly.
and I
Wow.
and I asked him, you like SILLY that offended you? Yes. He all angry about this shit. I'm like, whoa, wow. I didn't know
Like,
what
wow,
I,
dude.
I didn't know what happened to him. He like, I've been
Wow.
cursed. I done said motherfucker every fucking curse word I could think of in the whole conversation. And when I said silly,
Silly.
yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you offend me, sir? Don't say that to me again. And I was like, this guy is kidding me. He is
They
kidding.
carry on with all that fuckery, but
But don't say silly, dude.
don't say silly.
And he took that one took me off guard.
That's a step too far. That's a step too far.
I never had that one, but that one took me really off guard. And I said, I can't even use the word silly now. What the fuck? That's a curse word?
I can see you not even being angry, just curious. Like, really?
Dude, I went there because I was like,
Really?
you're saying silly. Like, I had to spell it out. He agreed. And I'm like, what the fuck? This dude, and I'm in the recording saying like this dude is like fucking getting mad from silly. I'm
That's
like, and then he
hysterical.
continued trying to talk to me. I said, no, I can't talk to you no more. You just not got offended with silly. Give me your supervisor. And then she got on the phone, and I'm telling her what he did, and she's cracking up,
Mhm.
just like you did. Like, really? And I'm like, yeah, for silly. And like, I
Mhm.
didn't get it. But I have a whole recording. I gave him Austin is his name. I even remember his fucking name, Austin. The guy, his name was Austin. So Austin got mad for me calling him silly.
Wow.
That was hilarious. I got a few funny ones. I don't make them up. I I do not make them up.
Nothing's funnier than real life.
Yeah, so I decided let me record some of these people. So I put a thing in my goddamn computer, and every time I call an agency, I'm premeditating. So I'm making sure I got all my shit set up. boom.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I already learned don't do the ringing because sometimes they don't answer and it becomes a fail. Just get them when they say good
Right.
morning, and then yeah, now press
Mhm.
record, motherfucker, and then you gotta
Mhm.
say you're recording the person in the video, right, or in the audio. So I tell the motherfucker at
Yeah.
the end, and thank you for letting me record you.
I don't think that's how it's supposed to
Well,
go.
that's how this motherfucker is going. And I was wary about putting them up. And that's when I decided, fuck it, I'm putting them bitches up. You tell them at the end, right? They just gotta be in the fucking thing.
That's hysterical.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for letting me record you. Quick.
Yeah, because you know why? I've already tried to tell them when they tell me we're recording this thing for whatever they say. For, I try to repeat it back to them, and then they usually hang up. Try it. Anytime somebody tell you they're recording you, you tell them you're recording them, and they'll hang up the phone. They don't talk to you no more. They hang up the phone. That's how it's gone for me. So I learned
That
that
is
you do not
funny.
tell them motherfuckers in the front that you're recording them. You
Mm,
can't tell them right afterwards. I'm recording you too. Nope. That's
that's
that's a
hysterical.
one way road. They're almost
I
all.
want to try that now.
Yeah, you try
I
it.
want to try.
That
I want to
motherfucker's
try.
ready. The conversation will go null.
I want to try that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm telling you, they will not speak and they're gonna hang up. You try it and prove me fucking wrong. But somehow in all these companies, they're told if you get being recorded, hang up the phone. Don't speak, hang up the phone.
Don't. That's
Like a
hysterical.
lawyer would tell you. Don't say nothing. That means no comment.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what they ask, that's about the only thing you can say is no comment.
No comment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they hang up the phone. I've done that with
Mm-hmm.
everything from fucking progressive to fucking regions, everybody. Square.
Wow.
And people who call me that I don't call them,
Mm-hmm.
they will still tell me, yeah, y'all, you hit. No, they don't do no talking, buddy. So no. But I do it anyway. I give a fuck. Yeah, Donald Trump, that recording, they didn't tell him we're going to record it. That's what they call it, locker room talk, right? Well, this is Peachy room talk. You got recorded in Peachy's room talk. It wasn't me.
PG.
Yeah. Well, I keep living in straight talk, but I better get it personal and put it.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, and straight talk is a company. So you call straight talk, and straight talk records you back. So I don't know what happens there.
That's funny, man.
Imagine they calling each other and said, "I'm gonna record you. I'm gonna record you." They got like,
That's a great way to get rid of like bill collectors.
yeah,
Oh, good. I'm
yeah.
recording you
Because
too.
listen, he knows better than to be calling you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they're not supposed to be calling you.
Right.
No, that's not what they're supposed to be doing. They got if he's gonna sue you, whatever, he go to the courts. Let them send the fucking
Right.
email. He's not like the
Mm-hmm.
law. The lady here is having a problem with my wife, and she comes send the little dude to cut the grass. I told that motherfucker to get out, get away from here, bro.
Oh shit.
You're not supposed to be here right now. You're in a problem. You know,
Mm.
you're not gonna cut the grass right now. You cut the grass when we leave,
Right.
and you can get off the property. See you. Bye.
Have you guys made any decisions?
No. She tried to put my credit with her credit. They asked me for a bunch of paperwork. I sent it to them. They told me it take 2 to 3 days to go into the underwriter. But I told,
Okay.
but she's already got approved for 200 and something. I said you need to take whatever it is and haul your ass.
I
I
mean, that should, and down there should be enough.
yeah, because I told that to Sean, and Sean is here in Florida. He asked me, "Well, you going to Georgia?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know. You got a room?" Because right now he was asking me how much I'm gonna charge him. I'm like, I'm not in no money bullshit right now. I'm a bartering
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker. I know how to barter my ass off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I will stay here. I don't have no really plans on going to fucking Georgia. It'll be cool to know that I got a house in Georgia, but I don't have no plans on going to fucking Georgia, dude.
Right.
So I don't know how I want to pull the trick. He's creating this consulting agency and looking for funds from the government because he was a senator, so I know he knows tricks.
Right.
So he's making something about consulting, helping companies get fucking funding. I don't know if it was government fundings or federal fundings or both.
Okay.
But he don't drive.
Wow. How can you not drive in Florida?
I don't understand. I haven't even touched the note because that was his eyesight shit. But the next time he called me on the phone, because I told him, since you're so busy, you start doing the calling, bro. We really trying to work when we get your ass on the fucking phone because you don't play with me for so much. Yeah. And let's throw this shit together. And he asked me about money. I said, I got, I just told him I kind of like changed the subject. We didn't get into it at all. You're not pretty good at changing subjects and controlling the dice. So, yeah, I got propositions. I got a lot of propositions. And I was watching a dude. I was a guy I watch. He says, I show anybody who really wants work how to get work. And he says, this usually works with small companies. You go to the boss and you tell him to hire you because you're going to be able to save him money. And you can save a motherfucker money from cutting his grass, cleaning his car, driving him around, doing the groceries, do all that shit. Take care of all the football field at the end of the day till you get yourself on foot. I will not punch a clock no other way. Because I know that you could call it whatever, but that will get me to where I know I will need to get at the end of the day. And my money with him will be whenever you help somebody to make or get funds, include a website, bro, and tap it. And then I'm your personal IT guy. Yeah, that has your eyes. Because you blind as a bitch. He used to drive. He knows how to drive and he's always driven. So listening to him knowing as, because he drove me around on the island.
Oh, wow.
When he was a senator. And I asked him, how come we don't got one of the big bulletproof trucks? And he's like, no, he in a little tiny RAV4. Yeah, and you should be around. You could have bodyguards. And he's supposed to be in one of these government trucks like all the other motherfuckers did. And he drove his own car to and from work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like humble person.
Trying to be humble. And I was like, that's not the way to be. Because when I went into his office, that's what I did. But I guess my presentation wasn't good enough. And I came at him this time again. Like, you need an IT guy.
Wow.
I know you do. You need a motherfucker to pick up your back. You need an IT guy. And you're going to need it, bro. I know you need it. You ain't going to be able to go no nothing without an IT guy. Every one of them do got one. And it's in-house. So you have the money. I have the internet. That was my proposal. And what you trying to get out of it, I told him, I lied from 80 to 90, and I need to double that. I need to get into 100 and something so I can get my daughter a horse and then afford it. Yeah, because them guys be playing with a lot of money when you're a senator.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he signed a lot of big checks. None of it for him, but I know you can steal out of it.
Right.
I know you can steal. You can steal because you can steal. This, yeah. We give it to a buddy. And when
between stealing and making like side deals and all kinds of stuff they got going on.
Yeah, everything that needed to be built on the island had to be built by somebody. Yeah, and they all have bids on these things. Whenever the government's gonna build something, they put bids. And there's places you can go and find these bids. And if you have a company, you can bid. And if you fall in that bracket, you get the job. And it ain't always underdogging either. Sometimes you have to pay. You have to be more. I don't know. It's a game. They're able. And they play these games.
Mm.
Yeah, like when you see a road being constructed, somebody there is being profiting.
Mm.
Yeah, because it don't cost them millions. That's the same way I was telling Sean. How did I ask because he's Democrat? I said, how did Obama pay 7 million, 7.5 million for a fucking code that's free, dude?
Wow.
And what are you talking about? I says the Obamacare bullshit website, that whole website. How how did this dude manage to put that to $7.5 million?
Hmm.
The whole entire thing is free. What server did he buy? Like, where did he buy this fucking server that cost $7 million, dude?
Really?
A big server costs probably $6,000, seven thousand
Right.
dollars. You
Not
probably
in a
need,
million.
let's say you need 100 of them. You ain't gonna add that up to $1 million fucking dollars. And then a
Hmm.
coder. Well, that's what you need, an office of coders. Then you need to what? Pay for the office and build the office or some shit. What the fuck is going on?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You're starting from scratch. You ain't got no facility. You could put a couple people in it, like every normal company does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why do you have to build? You tore down the whole shopping center to build this building. What about it? You know, to, and then you go in there and there's nobody working.
Oh Lord.
But that's how it is. Most of these, you go to Publix, there's 5 employees taking care of the whole fucking store. You go to a bank, and there's probably three
Wow.
cats in that bitch,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a whole bunch of booths, and there's only one motherfucker working it. You're like, then lunch break? Oh no, there's just everybody, sir. Whoa, one motherfucker. I'm in Publix.
This is everybody.
Yeah.
That's his pronoun. His pronoun is everybody.
Like, Brian, that singular motherfucker, he's at everybody. So I got you. I got my little slow. I got it though. So everybody got to stay home because everybody went to work. You one silly rabbit, huh? Yeah, that you threw me off the horse. I had to bounce back on this motherfucker. This motherfucker threw me a left swing right there. Hold on, you're making jokes, huh? I'm like, okay. Yeah, you caught me off guard on that one. I said, usually by now she's by, I'm ready to go to sleep. Not cracking fucking jokes.
I didn't know where it came from.
Yeah, he said he left himself open right there. He didn't make a joke on that one. Let me get it in. Nah, yeah. Oh, well, that's like
But
that,
yeah,
man.
man, I think I am gonna go to bed. I'm sleepy.
Oh, that took all your energy, huh? I feel you, bro.
Exactly.
That fucking went from I'm ready to go to sleep. There you go, so I could drain the fucking battery. You son of a bitch. So you go, go your ass to bed. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, that's what I call my therapy, people. Yeah, I love recording my little messages. I got a lot of voice messages to put up on my podcast. Well, right now, I'm taking my happy ass to bed too. It's like what, 11 something. I recorded here for 2 hours and 17 minutes. And here comes nothing that's bugging me. Hold on, I'll tell you what this other crazy Looney Tune thing talking about. It should not be on, ladies, because they are just, come on. Come on. It's free, dude. Quit nagging. I'll see if I can get her ass on the phone real quick before I turn off my recording because this bitch is pissing me off. Yeah, she ain't gonna pick up. She gonna. What is it now? It's daytime. About to be fucking daytime in Germany. I've unplugged my fucking phone. I need to keep my phone plugged up. No, she's not gonna pick up. She don't want to have a fucking conversation. None of that. I told you what I had to tell you. No, she's not gonna pick up the fucking phone. I would have done another 2 hours her ass. Cause all this nagging bullshit. Motherfucker asked me to build a website. I'm doing it like 100% free. Like I bought the domain name. I just spent my time, and and she started nagging with this. I needed perfect bullshit. You don't need it perfect. You need something that, yeah, got some profiles in there. You ain't even pushed it, and you nagging like a motherfucker. And nah, and it's I don't have a problem doing shit for people, but it's when you be ungrateful. It's like I make a cake for you, and then you're gonna tell me no, take it back and make it chocolate and I want to see little sprinkles on there, and then you do that, and you take it, and you probably left something from before because they don't see it completely changed because they want a complete transformation from what you made for them for free. They like go slowly and they start nitpicking at everything, and then when you realize, hey, you just changed the whole fucking thing all over. You know, I charge people $6,000 for that shit, and you're not paying me not one fucking penny. And then somehow they get hung up with their panties, and that's when my work goes to waste. Because I do try to do things from the heart for people, but it's like they're demanding motherfuckers out there. They want it a specific way before they'll take it for free. You know, they never had one. They never even had an idea of one. Sometimes, because what I try to do is get people to stop making money before I try to take any fucking money from them. But that's not what they want, bro. They want you to work for them. They want you to give them something perfectly to their self, and that's not what you're trying to do. You're just trying to get them to move. You're just trying to get them. You're just trying to help them progress with what you've learned because you've learned that you could. I've done it for myself for years. So then others, they think I'm an, and then some of them want you to teach them too, because I've had that too. Like they want to be taught what you've learned in 2 decades. And I try to tell them, my brother, you ain't never gonna catch up to what I learned, because by the time you learn my 2 decades, I already got 2 more decades. I'm tired. I got 2 more decades already built on top, you know. And you could put all the overtime because I put overtime to get it done in the 2 decades. If not, it would have been probably 4 fucking decades because it's almost nothing that I can't fucking build. And I don't like charging people. I just try to do what I'm doing now. I will record the whole fucking session, and I used to keep it to myself, and now I want to let everybody listening to the motherfuckers I gotta put up with. Because there's a real stinking assholes. I prefer the fucking criminal game because in the fucking real business game, they're cutthroats, bro. And then they sit back on the law to protect them. They cutthroats. They'll do a motherfucker garbage and don't expect no retaliation because we're free to do whatever we want. I got no time for that shit. Just the same way I got no time for nobody telling me what I'm gonna call them. I have perception, and whatever my perception tells me and my perspective, of whatever I see is what I'm gonna label it because I would give I know my labels and I ain't got no times and I know my fucking pronouns and I know what they're used for. No one fucking person is a they or them. That doesn't work in my book. So whatever to that. And I don't know. I was thinking of staying on later. I kept seeing 2 hours. I thought that was 2 o'clock. It's just barely 12. I'll give it a couple more minutes, see if that bitch answer. Let's say, yo, yeah, I wanted to get something straight with her. I need to quit smoking. Not the weed, but the fucking cigarettes are killing me. This motherfucker, I don't know. I'm a bug out, bro. Let me go buy this other bitch. Let's get out of all that. Fuck you, bro. This little freaky bitch.
Please leave your message for.
Wow.
La vida es un viaje, no una atracción. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es recuerdo. Tienes recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito. Bien cortito y repleto de caca. Mata tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsillo. Hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se saca. La vida es un viaje, no una atracción. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita te comienza. Así que luce cámara y acción. Hace rato que no nos veíamos. Mucho ha pasado desde aquella velada. Sin embargo, te esperaba aunque sin ansia, porque sé que me amenazaste llegan y me dicen nada. Que me dejen mi cama en mi cerebro indagan hasta que no puedo llenar de nada lo que hay. No sé lo que te tiempo. Señora inspiración, tú se fue que desde el cuerpo. Me invito a tomarse un cigarrillo como niños que juegan a ser maduros y no muy oscuros. Limpiar la rabia de mi pecho con palabras animadas que hacen sentir que mis al menos por un ratito, hasta que me despierten en realidad en la cual me convicto como la rutina, como las doctrinas, como tantas cosas que me hacen pensar que soy así, hacer crecer, reproducirse, morir, o ser vivo, no es precisamente igual a vivir, estoy enloqueciendo el tanto que quisiera no verte cubierto, siento que soy un muerto que vive encubierto. Cada vez mis canciones son más complicadas porque yo a veces me complico por nada, mi mente es mi peor enemiga. Me dijo, te diré lo que me digas sin pensar el daño que me haría. Vivimos entrenando para hacer dinero, cosas que a veces ni siquiera queremos, entendiendo nuestro cuerpo. Para estar buenas y bueno, pues sabemos que para ver corazones todos se lo pierden. El orgullo y el ego, hablando de felicidad sin ni siquiera saber qué queremos. Todos quieren la jeva más buena, camioneta nueva, pero ¿y la felicidad qué? Como dice el tema. Admito que a veces me cansa luchar y quisiera dormir para acabar de despertar. Recuerdo esos momentos que varias veces me dieron aliento, que me hacen agradecer cuando despierto. La vida es un barco en un avión que no se detiene. La vida no es una estación. Gracias por enseñarme lo que debo mejorar y saber que cuando termino se debe pedir perdón. El mundo da más vueltas que un trompo borracho y lo que están arriba miren la caja madera y no dejen pasar lo que en vida no quiera. Si me dejo otro querida, porque siento que tengo un perro dentro del pecho todavía, arrancando cables, orinándose en las vías que conectan la circulación con mi psicología. Como en mi vida, trate bien a varias putas y trate mal a quienes me querían. He consumido drogas solo por aparentar hasta que supe la definición de lo que es ser real. A veces bien y a veces mal, pero si de algo estoy seguro, es que nunca a mí me podrán enviar para zonas donde los hipócritas deban pagar sus tormentos. Porque digo la verdad hasta cuando miento. Y si miento por te ignoro, por hablar sin pensar, pero nunca por querer cuadrar con todo, porque no soy monedita de oro. Me enseñaron a ser sincero para que me crean cuando salga el lobo. Tengo un trobo de lágrimas casi vacío y experiencias tengo para llenar un río. Pasado, pisado, a lo hecho pecho para adelante, para allá y para atrás ni para saludar a los míos. El rap es una porquería cuando deja de ser arte. Por eso en parte odio que me digan rapero, yo soy Tyrone, que hay cancerbero apasionado, chamo que hace poesía a los sinceros. Hay muchos que les cuesta probar mi trabajo porque son tan simples que no entienden un carajo. Este tema es para escucharlo borracho, viendo el piso y en silencio. Como un recién regañado un muchacho. Me preguntan cómo escriben esas cosas. Mira, hermano, mi día a día no es color de rosa. Así como beso y le hago el amor a las hermosas, tengo versos que viven tocándose con mis prosas. Como moneda en alta mar o aguja en un alto paso, perdí la tranquilidad por tanto pensar. Hay temas míos hechos para que me eduquen. Para cuando esté en tarima me aconsejen, te retruquen. Piensa bien cuando con una idea te encuques, no vaya a ser que estés defendiendo falsos y te eduquen. Luces, cámara y acción, así en la vida sean. Tragedia, comedia y ficción. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tener recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito. Bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se saca. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción. Es triste pero cierto. Conocemos a las personas cuando por últimas veces las vemos. Unas porque hacen falta cuando se nos fueron y otras que se alejan. Cuando en alguna desgracia caemos, pero borrón y cuenta nueva. La vida es una sola y siempre saldrá el sol después que llueva. Lástima que hay cosas que de la mente no salen y que te obligan a no ver igual a lo que creías que valen. Pero dale, que nadie va a esperar por ti. El mundo no se va a parar porque tú te sientas así. A veces caminamos como si dos manos por los lados de la cara taparan lo que tienes al lado. Quién sabe y alguien nos ve igual como aquí vemos hormiguitas que se están riendo al ver lo mal que actuamos. Hermano, la tierra es un grano o quizás medio grano de algún desierto donde habitamos. Reímos y lloramos, caemos, nos levantamos, disfrutamos lo bueno, aprendemos de lo malo. Los obstáculos son una piñata que hay que darle palo, aunque tengamos los ojitos requete vendados. Y yo te entiendo porque también lo he vivido. El mundo está lleno de gente que camina sin sentido. Se te hace duro pensar que existe otro ser vivo que valga la pena entregarle tus latidos, ya sea para procrear o hacer amigos. Pero si a ver vamos, nos vamos tal cual como nacimos, solitarios, sin joyas ni vestidos, a veces enfermos sin poder recordar lo vivido. Mientras me escuchan hay gente haciendo labor, gente haciendo guerra, gente agonizando a lo mejor, gente haciéndose preguntas y dándose golpes de pecho por gente que simplemente no les duele lo que ha hecho. Imparable solo el tiempo como el agua derramada, como cicatriz de una puñalada. Los finales son un bingo, pero deja de pensar que el destino es como en los cuentos de hadas. Trata de salvar lo que valga la pena y bota lo que ya no sirve. Bótalo, aunque te duela, preocúpate por ti y disfruta plenamente mientras puedas, porque lo único seguro es que te mueras. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tener recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito. Bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsillo hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se saca. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción.
We have universal consciousness. Universal consciousness breaks itself off into a smaller version of itself called spirit. Spirit that individualizes itself called the soul. Soul then lives out its existence in this thing called the body. So here's the analogy I give you. We have the ocean, that's universal consciousness. I can't take a cup of water and scoop out a cup of water from the ocean. That would be the spirit, that's the water. But then I dye the color of the water red, that's the soul. We're personalizing, individualizing the spirit. And the cup was the body. Most people think that they are their body, or they think they are the red coloring. No, you are actually that big ocean up there that has changed itself into this different form. This is why we're on a journey to recognize that we were all the one thing. We were all it. You were not these other versions of it. There was no separation. This is what the ego has created. So the soul, the spirit uses the soul, which then uses the body.
El corazón tu. Ay, va a correr sangre. Yo sé por dónde se mueve ese bus. Hoy voy a convertirme en no criminal, ya no creo en nadie, a menos que me convierta en un muerto. Hoy voy a vengar a mi hermano como le juré a mi padre, y ese por ciento ojo por ojo es esto. Una vista prestada porque no soy ampa, pero la rabia que siento no escapa, tanta que me ahoga. Nunca había huelido droga, pero ahora es necesario para cumplir con lo que el corazón me implora. Siento que se me salen todas, la aprobación por hora, pero por la pista le grito y ahora todo pasa pichona, en rato de descargo, todo esto para hasta que ya no escupe la pistola. Y el corazón y la bala bacao. Y el corazón y la bala bacao. Ey, lloro de la rechera mientras en la acera cargo. Escucho una señora que grita que mataron a Carlos. Solo aquí fue cuando sonreí aliviado porque Carlos fue el bastardo que mató a mi hermano. Yo me compuso, escucho río. No veo bien y siento frío.
Life, but a happy man is God's plan. And don't get me wrong, of course God wants his daughters to be happy too. But we were created to be their helpmeet, bone of his bone, flesh of his flesh. There's no woman without men. Our desire is to be onto them to make sure that they're happy, because as the head of our house, when he's good, we all good. And when he's not, best believe the whole house is going to feel that too. So get that happy wife, happy life mantra out your head, because a happy man is definitely God's plan. It's always happy wife, happy life, but a happy man is God's plan. And don't get me wrong, of course God wants his daughters to be happy too. But we would...
It's a happy spouse, happy house. That means both of them got to be happy in order for their house to be happy. That's the only explanation I got. I don't know no other one. It's no God or nothing. It's happy spouse, happy house. Simple as that, then.
Personas que lucían buenas en el mundo, como el Che Guevara, incluso como Juan Pablo II, presuntos de la Dilama calcinados con Mao y los difuntos de Félix Marconi y Beethoven juntos. Me asombró mucho saber que estaban aquí, Jennifer Kennedy, Lenin, Mahoma y Joseph Smith. César y Napoleón salieron de las llamas porque eran la misma persona que ahora es el Obama. No entendía nada, pregunté por Cristo y noté que se burlaban porque nadie lo había visto. Otros dijeron que fue un truco de su iglesia para gobernar el mundo con su majestuosa empresa. Charles Russell y Washington, José de San Martín y Gandhi, Yasser Arafat, Cristóbal Colón, Isabel de Inglaterra transformada en perra desnuda, supe incluso estaban Bolívar y Buda. Son lemas de Verduga, pensamientos vagos, gente buena del infierno o es que en algo fueron malos. Por algo están aquí, aunque no lo acepten, debo hallar ahora una manera de huir de la muerte. Recordé que en la tierra donde había nacido existía una leyenda del diablo con un tal Florentino. Obviamente un cuento, pero inteligente para irme de este infierno. Infierno literalmente, vociferé durante meses que podía con el jefe recitando versos entre fuego y ese. Hasta que un día apareció un viejo con traje que me dijo siente y me llevo a tu padre de homenaje. Qué situación tan complicada la que me encontraba, pero yo nunca he sido de los que se cagan. Además, había compuesto demasiados versos que más la improvisación haría temblar al universo. Antes que nada te maldigo, o hacer que sufras de el peor de todos los castigos. ¿Cómo te atreves a retarme castellano y en este ritmo tan pobre como el suelo donde te has criado? Con más razón te deberías avergonzar de perder un combate con una monsapia. Además te explico, se llama Venezuela donde nació este tipo y tú no puedes maldecirme porque ya yo estoy maldito. Es muy peculiar y mi deber es explicar que no puedes ganar porque yo no sé todo. No vino los idiomas, los modos, la historia, incluso se lo más miedos de tu memoria.
Stop! Lift off!
That was funny as fuck.
No comprendes el arte, tampoco la paz. Mi voz es más es mi voz que Dios te dio de don para tener usar la cualidad en tu corazón. ¿Cómo puedes hablar de Dios si eres ateo? En tus ojos lo veo mientras mi candela te consume. Te recuerdo que Dios no existe y lo que viste en aquel túnel no fue más que simples ángeles comunes. Dudar y no creer es algo muy distinto y sin duda desde hace porque no lo he visto. Aún así insisto en recalcarte lo que contigo aprendí. Que ellos hablan mucho, pero siempre tiene que ir así. El corazón de un Andábamos sin buscarnos, aunque sabiendo que andábamos para encontrarnos. Aunque no creo en el amor a primera vista, creo en querer a primera vez. Te dije que pasaría, porque sabía que quería. Y fueron nubes las que usé de trampolines, y tiburones los que vestí de delfines. Un arco iris de tobogán, por donde me dejé caer hasta aterrizar en un río de paz y voz y ruido. Parecía el canto de ángeles del cielo, y no es que yo haya estado allí, sino que aquí no suena nada tan bueno. Sentí un fuego que me acariciaba el alma y me comenzaban a crecer sonrisas en la barba. Tenía alas para atravesar las nubes, y olía también que hasta las flores serían mi perfume. Crecí tanto que los planetas los tomé en mis manos y jugué con ellos a las letras en segundo plano, claro. Que a los pocos instantes no cogí para poder volar y volar sobre un colibrí. Sí, los árboles cantaban jazz o tal vez blues, o quizás más, tal vez algo más. Caminaba en el mar, podía parar el tiempo.
Get on to help save them from themselves. Everybody plays a role, so if this whole shit fails, it's back to running the streets where every man's for himself. So it's hard to tell a nigga to leave the streets, especially when the money that they making is funding your dream. So even though we hoop and rap to make it out of the trap, it's the resources we lack that keep us circling back. You gotta reach back to keep your circle intact, cause when niggas can't go with you, your character gets attacked. And the niggas that's attached put batteries in your back and won't let you know when you slack, cause they don't wanna go back. So how do you detach when the ones who helped you make it can't make it the way you at? You growing at a pace that's hard for niggas to catch, and they want you to stay the same. That's when it creates a gap. I'm at a point where I fear less. I'm at a point where I fear less and feel more, because where I'm from, fear can keep you from what you here for. I told niggas be grinding so we can live more. What's crazy is we rapping for shit that niggas get killed for. You see, when nobody's eating, niggas still poor, that's when everybody want all they niggas to win more. And one friend gets what others thought they was meant for, and before he gets it going, he can tell you he ain't do shit for him. It's the realest shit ever, because the same nigga you need is the same nigga that'll hurt you. That comes with baggage, because you'll need help, and the nigga who help is nigga from a life that you left. So they take chances for you to be a success while you trying to get on to help save them from themselves. Everybody plays a role, so if this whole shit fails, it's back to running the streets where every man's for himself. So it's hard to tell a nigga to leave the streets, especially when the money that they making is funding your dream. So even though we hoop and rap to make it out of the trap, it's the resources we lack that keep us circling back. You gotta reach back to keep your circle intact, because when niggas can't go with you, your character gets attacked. And the niggas that's attached put batteries in your back and won't let you know when you slack, because they don't want to go back. So how do you detach when the ones who helped you make it can't make it the way you at? And you growing at a pace that's hard for niggas to catch, and they want you to stay the same. That's when it creates a gap. I'm at a point where I fear less. I'm at a point where I fear less and feel more, because where I'm from, fear can keep you from what you here for. I told niggas to be grinding so we can live more. What's crazy is we rapping for shit that niggas get killed for. You see, when nobody's eating, niggas still poor, that's when everybody want all they niggas to win more. And one friend gets what others thought they was meant for him. Before he gets it going, he tell you he ain't shit for him. It's the realest shit ever, because the same niggas you need is the same niggas that'll hurt you. That comes with baggage, because you'll need help, and the niggas who help is niggas from a life that you left. So they take chances for you to be a success while you trying to get on to help save them from themselves. Everybody plays a role, so if this whole shit fails, it's back to running the streets where every man's for himself. So it's hard to tell a nigga to leave the streets, especially when the money that they making is funding your dream. So even though we hoop and rap to make it out of the trap, it's the resources we lack that keep us circling back. You gotta reach back to keep your circle intact, because when niggas can't go with you, your character gets attacked. And the niggas that's attached put batteries in your back and won't let you know when you slack, because they don't want to go back. So how do you detach when the ones who helped you make it can't make it the way you at? And you growing at a pace that's hard for niggas to catch, and they want you to stay the same. That's when it creates a gap. I'm at a point where I fear less. I'm at a point where I fear less and feel more, because where I'm from, fear can keep you from what you here for. I told niggas to be grinding so we can live more. What's crazy is we rapping for shit that niggas get killed for. You see, when nobody's eating, niggas still poor, that's when everybody want all they niggas to win more. And one friend gets what others thought they was meant for him. Before he gets it going, he tell you he ain't do shit for him. It's the realest shit ever, because the same niggas you need is the same niggas that'll hurt you. That comes with baggage, because you'll need help, and the niggas who help is niggas from a life that you left. So they take chances for you to be a success while you trying to get on to help save them from themselves. Everybody plays a role, so if this whole shit fails, it's back to running the streets where every man's for himself. So it's hard to tell a nigga to leave the streets, especially when the money that they making is funding your dream. So even though we hoop and rap to make it out of the trap, it's the resources we lack that keep us circling back. You gotta reach back to keep your circle intact, because when niggas can't go with you, your character gets attacked. And the niggas that's attached put batteries in your back and won't let you know when you slack, because they don't want to go back. So how do you detach when the ones who helped you make it can't make it the way you at? You growing at a pace that's hard for niggas to catch, and they want you to stay the same. That's when it creates a gap. I'm at a point where I fear less. I'm at a point where I fear less and feel more, because where I'm from, fear can keep you from what you here for. I told niggas to be grinding so we can live more. What's crazy is we rapping for shit that niggas get killed for. You see, when nobody's eating, niggas still poor, that's when everybody want all they niggas to win more. And one friend gets what others thought they was meant for him. Before he gets it going, he can tell you he ain't do shit for him. It's the realest shit ever, because the same niggas you need is the same niggas that'll hurt you. That comes with baggage, because you'll need help, and the niggas who help is niggas from a life that you left. So they take chances for you to be a success while you trying to get on to help save them from themselves. Everybody plays a role, so if this whole shit fails, it's back to running the streets where every man's for himself. So it's hard to tell a nigga to leave the streets, especially when the money that they making is funding your dream. So even though we hoop and rap to make it out of the trap, it's the resources we lack that keep us circling back. You gotta reach back to keep your circle intact, because when niggas can't go with you, your character gets attacked. And the niggas that's attached put batteries in your back and won't let you know when you slack, because they don't want to go back. So how do you detach when the ones who helped you make it can't make it the way you at? And you growing at a pace that's hard for niggas to catch, and they want you to stay the same. That's when it creates a gap. I'm at a point where I fear less. I'm at a point where I fear less and feel more, because where I'm from, fear can keep you from what you here for. I told niggas to be grinding so we can live more. What's crazy is we rapping for shit that niggas get killed for. You see, when nobody's eating, niggas still poor, that's when everybody want all they niggas to win more. And one friend gets what others thought they was meant for him. Before he gets it going, he can tell you he ain't do shit for him. It's the realest shit ever, because the same you need is the same nigga that'll hurt you. That comes with baggage, because you'll need help, and the nigga who help is nigga from a life that you left. So they take chances for you to be a success while you trying to get on to help save them from themselves. Everybody plays a role, so if this whole shit fails, it's back to running the streets where every man's for himself. So it's hard to tell a nigga to leave the streets, especially with the money that they making is funding your dream. So even though we hoop and rap and make it out of the trap, it's the resources we lack that keep us circling back. You gotta reach back to keep your circle intact. When niggas can't go with you, your character gets attacked. And the niggas that's attached put batteries in your back and won't let you know when you slack, because they don't want to go back. So how do you detach when the ones who helped you make it can't make it the way you at? You growing at a pace that's hard for niggas to catch, and they want you to stay the same. That's when it creates a gap. I'm at a point where I fear less. And feel more, because where I'm from, fear can keep you from what you here for. I told niggas we grinding so we can live more. What's crazy is we rapping for shit that niggas get killed for. You see, when nobody's eating, niggas still poor, that's when everybody want all they niggas to win more. And one friend gets what others thought they was meant for him. Before he gets it going, he'll tell you he ain't shit for him. It's the realest shit ever, because the same nigga you need is the same nigga that'll hurt you. That comes with baggage, because you'll need help, and the nigga who help is nigga from a life that you left. So they take chances for you to be a success while you trying to get on to help save them from themselves. Everybody plays a role, so if this whole shit fails, it's back to running the streets where every man's for himself. So it's hard to tell a nigga to leave the streets, especially when the money that they making is funding your dream. So even though we hoop and rap to make it out of the trap, it's the resources we lack that keep us circling back. You gotta reach back to keep your circle intact, because niggas can't go with you, your character gets attacked. And the niggas that's attached put batteries in your back and won't let you know when you slack, because they don't want to go back. So how do you detach when the ones who helped you make it can't make it the way you at? You growing at a pace that's hard for niggas to catch, and they want you to stay the same. That's when it creates a gap. I'm at a point where I fear less and feel more, because where I'm from, fear can keep you from what you here for. I told niggas we grinding so we can live more. What's crazy is we rapping for shit that niggas get killed for. You see, when nobody's eating, niggas still poor, that's when everybody want all they niggas to win more. And one friend gets what others thought they was meant for him. Before he gets it going, he'll tell you he ain't shit for him.
I didn't give up on you. I simply woke up and realized that I couldn't fix you. Your actions repeatedly showed me that I was wasting my time with someone who would never be held accountable or responsible for hurting others. You are a project, and I'm not an engineer. I didn't give up.
Why wait up to 10 plus months? Ladies, you know I love you to death, but y'all gotta stop with this goofy ass looks. It's gonna get to me. But you know what keeps it me? Respect. There's always something about why her and not me. Because she respects me. Because even when they have a heated debate or they're arguing, she has boundaries. The last thing a man wants to feel like is he's being emasculated and disrespected by the woman he's supposed to love. Looks is gonna get to me. But you know what keeps it me? Respect. There's always something about why her and not me. Because she respects me. Because even when they have a heated debate or they're arguing, she has boundaries. The last thing a man wants to feel like is he's being emasculated and disrespected by the woman he's supposed to love. Looks is gonna.
I think that the only thing that's changed is black women. Because there was a time, let's say my mother, you know what I mean, my aunts, things like that. They would say, okay, if that's the way you establish your manhood, I'm going to go for it. And my generation says, hey, no, you must establish a new base. And we are, as a group, demanding that a new base be established. Why can't we try it my way? Lay down.
25 years ago, the strong family was still the backbone of Black America, and 3 out of 4 children had both parents at home. That is true no longer. Most black children are now growing up without their fathers. Single women and the children they're rearing alone are the fastest growing part of the black population. Why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. Male figures are not substantially important in the family.
I think that the only thing that's changed is the black woman. Because there was a time, let's say my mother, my aunts and things like that, they would say, okay, if that's the way you establish your manhood, I'm going to go for it. And my generation says, hey, no good. Okay. You must establish a new base. And we are, as a group, demanding that a new base be established. Why can't we try it my way?
Lay down.
25 years ago, the strong family was still the backbone of black America, and 3 out of 4 children had both parents at home. That is true no longer. Most black children are now growing up without their fathers. Single women and the children they're rearing alone are the fastest growing part of the black population. Why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. Male figures are not substantially important in the family.
I think that the only
We are not forcing relationships anymore. Treat people the same way that they treat you. If they don't show you no love, don't show them no love. They ain't gonna do that, they ain't gonna break their back no hard. They got one hard, but if a person treats you like nothing, don't give it.
El mundo no se va a parar porque tú te sientas así. A veces caminamos como si dos manos por los lados de la cara taparan lo que tienes al lado. Quién sabe, y alguien nos ve igual, como aquí vemos hormiguitas que se están riendo al ver lo mal que actuamos. Hermano, la tierra es un grano, o quizás medio grano, de algún desierto en donde habitamos. Reímos y lloramos, caemos, nos levantamos, disfrutamos lo bueno, aprendemos de lo malo. Los obstáculos son una piñata que hay que darle palo, aunque tengamos los ojitos requete vendados. Y yo te entiendo porque también lo he vivido. El mundo está lleno de gente que camina sin sentido. Se te hace duro pensar que existe otro ser vivo que valga la pena entregarle tus latidos, ya sea para procrear o hacer amigos. Pero si a ver vamos, nos vamos tal cual como nacimos, solitarios, sin joyas ni vestidos, a veces enfermos sin poder recordar lo vivido. Mientras me escuchan hay gente haciendo labor, gente haciendo guerra, gente agonizando a lo mejor, gente haciéndose preguntas y dándose golpes de pecho por gente que simplemente no les duele lo que ha hecho. Imparables
Coming now, Charlie.
como el agua derramada, como cicatriz de una puñalada. Los finales son un bingo, pero deja de pensar que el destino es como en los cuentos de hadas. Trata de salvar lo que valga la pena y bota lo que ya no sirve. Bótalo, aunque te duela. Preocúpate por ti y disfruta plenamente mientras puedas, porque lo único seguro es que te mueras. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tener recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se saca. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción.
Somebody. Hey. Do 3 hours. But I can't wait till I can get my shit to go on and never turn this motherfucker off. That'll be hopefully by summertime. I gotta do some other. I'm right now searching on cameras and probably standalone microphones. But I could have my phones back, because what I'm using right now is a laptop wirelessly connection and one phone for music and one other phone for the imagery, and then all this is plugged into the car. So basically, it's a whole studio in my car, and then the software, as you look in the right hand corner, that's my little quasi sign that looks like a guy smoking a joint. That's what it was supposed to look like. And it's basically a Q with two C's. Um, but that's my logo for Quasi. Quasi is the platform that I've I didn't build it. It's open source, like most everything out there, like a WordPress. But I put it together on my server, so it's basically mine. It records to Dropbox. It shares your screen, a microphone, cameras. You obviously know. I can invite people to come into my stream. So if anybody jumps in by going to the link bro.whatthefuck / you, it'll ask you for your name and you sign in, and then you'll be a participant. Let me show you here. You'll be a participant. You'll show up here, and I can actually put everybody as this, like that. But then that doesn't look too hot because I'm not using. Well, I am using my camera. I'm in there some fucking way. Um, while I'm sharing the video, but that's how that looks. And I'm not sure if my video got stuck with doing that. But that's the two people. That's the video screen, and this is me. And if another person comes, it will create three. Another person comes, it create four, and I can hold. I think it's like 6 to 10 people at one time inside of an interview. And that's free. I don't want to share the screen, but I can share screen because then I go infinite or whatever. I'm not in for that right now. You can open up the chat box. You can create a poll. I haven't. I don't ever do. You can close it out. You can raise your hand. You can see the people. It's me and my video. You can invite somebody, and then it's supposed to show you how this. It won't be that, but you copy that whole link and give it to somebody. You can call in by dialing this number and using this pin. Um, but that's more numbers that took me out. And all this you can share by mail. You can share by Google Outlook, or Yahoo Mail to invite others. I don't never do. If a participant comes in, you'll see him. I don't think I put a break room, but I did put security on it here. Security options. I enable the lobby. So I'll come on close. And that's, yeah, right now I am, didn't want to record, stream live. I was using my phone to talk for the interview. And then, so I've been sharing y'all a video that I have on YouTube. But I could, if I'm not talking, I can turn on my camera by coming in here and turning on my webcam. It's actually on. You can't see me though. It's if I turn on a lighter, that's how I turn on a lighter, then you can see me see the lighter. But when I'm here, it's just, I always like to stay in the dark. I was with a guy for 37 days, and when he saw me in his office, he told me he couldn't have me working with him because he already knew that I've been to jail and whatever, whatnot. But I usually like to be online, but not too much. I wanted to be the star. I've been trying to promote motherfuckers. I wanted to get my young kids from Delaware. Everybody, I've been trying to turn them onto my television scheme, and nobody wants to be recorded, I guess. They talk about wanting to make millions and get fame, but they put them on a channel they don't want to scoot. Um, right now, I'm trying to find out what my M3U8 or M3U link is. I haven't found it yet. But then again, I haven't actually surfed this page and inspected it. like this, like here. And let's see what we have. That don't show up. Oh, there we go. That one that just gives me anything.
Andábamos sin buscarnos, aunque sabiendo que andábamos para encontrarnos, porque no creo en el amor a primera vista, pero no que era a primera vez. Te dije que pasaría, porque sabía. Y fueron nubes las que usé de trampolines, y tiburones los que vestí de delfines. Un arco iris en tobogán, por donde me dejé caer hasta aterrizar en un río de paz y voz y ruido. Parece el canto de ángeles del cielo, y no es que yo haya estado allí, sino es que aquí no suena nada tan bueno. Sentí un fuego que me acariciaba el alma y me comenzaban a crecer sonrisas en la barba. Tenía alas para atravesar las nubes y olía tan bien que hasta las flores querían mi perfume. Y crecí tanto que los planetas los tomé en mis manos y jugué con ellos a las letras en segundo plano, claro, que a los pocos instantes me cogí para poder volar y volar sobre un colibrí. Sí, los árboles cantaban jazz o tal vez blues, o quizás más, tal vez algo más. Caminaba en el mar, podía parar el tiempo, acelerar, repetir con un simple movimiento. Podía quitarme la vida y nacer de nuevo, porque al paraíso donde iría no sería tan bueno, era perfecto. Como si de un cuento se tratase, podía hasta crear un defecto, por si lo perfecto me asustase. El hecho que por un instante entré en razón y no estaba soñando, estaba haciendo del amor. Fue plenitud lo que sentí estando dentro de ti, bailando por adentro de tu cuerpo. Algo tan simple como que yo voy a que yo no sé mí. Todo piensa que encaja perfecto. De veces 1.000.000.000 de humanos tú y yo. Somos una especie que murió hace tiempo. Solo que una hembra es su complemento. Por eso es tan natural querer quererte. En mis labios se escalaban tus cordilleras y unidos más que Pangea me acelerabas el miocardio. Cuando las olas que imitaban tus caderas reventaban en mi abdomen llenándome de tu miocardio. Besaba yo tus pies para estar en tus huellas. Mi lengua rozaba tus piernas y entre ellas. Y como una virgen en Uleya, me llevas por el derecho, le diré que vos y yo me las estrellas. Podías reír, sudar, gemir, hablar, para explicarme por qué parecía ibas a llorar y yo tocándote, como quien se tira por la mañana y hace ruido de placer al hacer que nada en la cama sombra. Las palabras que me voy a callarme ya y hacerte la voz de paso con cuatro de humilde que es para ti. Hecho para ti, escrito para ti, cantado por ti, cualquier otro adjetivo que te diga sí. A través de mis ojos tú te vieras y en mi cuerpo sintieras lo que me inspiras. Te viera con sed, abrazarte quisieras, ya que esa es la forma como estos ojos te miran arriba, aterrizando las nubes de trampolines. Fueron tus senos los que usé como almohadines. Y hasta que se termine esta corta canción, olvidando decirte que me encantó hacerte el amor. Fue plenitud lo que sentí estando dentro de ti, bailando por adentro de tu cuerpo. Algo tan simple como que yo voy a que yo más en mí. Todo piensa que encaja perfecto. De veces 1.000.000.000 de humanos tú y yo. Somos una especie que murió hace tiempo. Solo que una hembra es su complemento. Por eso es tan natural querer querer. Y ahora quién sabe cuándo nos vamos a ver.
The fear is simply because you're not living with life, you're living in your mind. Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. That means your fear is always about that which does not exist. If your fear is about the non-existent, your fear is 100% imaginary. suffering the non-existential, we call that insanity. So, people may be in just socially accepted levels of insanity, but if you're afraid or if you're suffering anything which does not exist, it amounts to insanity. People are always suffering, either what happened yesterday or what may happen tomorrow. So your suffering is always about that which does not exist, simply because you're not rooted in reality. You're always rooted in your mind. Mind is one part of it is memory, another part of it is imagination. Both of them are in one way imagination, because both of them don't exist right now. You're lost in your imagination. That's the basis of your fear. If you were rooted in reality, there would be no fear.
Had a dream that my baby brother pulled up on me in the Bentley truck. Lord blessing, gotta cut the stress and got a niece and nephew with a sippy cup on. We gon' get it now. Don't you fucking doubt it. Lord, cut the stress and bring on the blessings. We was born without it. Godspeed. 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 Godspeed.
La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tus memorias de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de recuerdos. Tienes recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se saca. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tus memorias de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción. Hey, hace rato que no nos veíamos. Mucho ha pasado desde aquella velada. Sin embargo, te esperaba, aunque sin ansia, porque sé que en la nostalgia llega y no dices nada. Te metes en mi cama, en mi cerebro indagas hasta que no puedo ya ignorarte, haga lo que haga. Ha pasado mucho tiempo. Señora inspiración, no se dueña de mis buenos sentimientos. La invito a tomarse uno, fumarse un cigarrillo como niños que juegan a ser maduros y como un conjuro. Limpiar la rabia de mi pecho con palabras que al rimarlas me hacen sentir satisfecho. Al menos por un ratico, hasta que me despierten esa realidad de la cual soy convicto, como la rutina, como las doctrinas, como tantas cosas que me hacen pensar que estoy en ruinas. Nacer, crecer, reproducirse, morir, pues estar vivo no es precisamente igual a vivir. Estoy enloqueciendo y tanto que quisiera no haber descubierto. Siento que soy un muerto que vive encubierto. Cada vez mis canciones son más complicadas porque yo a veces me complico por nada. Mi mente es mi peor enemiga. Me dijo te diré lo que es mentira sin pensar el daño que me haría. Vivimos entrenando para hacer dinero, estudiando cosas que a veces ni siquiera queremos, esculpiendo nuestros cuerpos. Para estar buenas y buenos, pues sabemos que para ver corazones todos son ciegos. El orgullo y el ego, hablando de felicidad sin ni siquiera saber qué queremos. Todos quieren la jeva más buena, camioneta nueva, pero ¿y la felicidad qué? Como dice el tema. Admito que a veces me cansa luchar y quisiera dormir para jamás despertar, pero recuerdo esos momentos que varias veces me dieron aliento y que me hacen agradecer cuando despierto. La vida es un barco, un tren, un avión que no se detiene. La vida no es una estación. Gracias por enseñarme lo que debo mejorar y saber que no a todo el mundo se debe pedir perdón. El mundo da más vueltas que un trompo borracho y los que están arriba en dos se pueden ir para abajo. Cuando yo me muera, lancen un lápiz en la caja madera y no dejen pasar lo que en vida no quiera. Sirve de otro, querida, porque siento que tengo un perro dentro del pecho todavía, arrancando cables, orinándose en las vías que conectan la circulación con mi psicología. Como he vivido mi vida, traté bien a varias putas y traté mal a quienes me querían. He consumido drogas solo por aparentar hasta que supe la definición de lo que es ser real. A veces bien y a veces mal, pero si ya lo estoy seguro, es que nunca a mí me podrán enviar para zonas donde los hipócritas deban pagar sus tormentos. Porque digo la verdad hasta cuando miento. Si miento es porque ignoro, por hablar sin pensar, pero nunca por querer cuadrar con todo, porque no soy monedita de oro. Me enseñaron a ser sincero para que me crean cuando salga el lobo. Tengo un trobo de lágrimas casi vacío y experiencias tengo para llenar un río. Pisado, pisado, a lo hecho pecho para adelante, para allá y para atrás ni para saludar a los míos. El rap es una porquería cuando deja de ser arte. Por eso en parte odio que me digan rapero, yo soy Tyrone. Que hay cancerbero apasionado, chamo que hace poesía a los sinceros. Hay muchos que les cuesta probar mi trabajo porque son tan simples que no entienden un carajo. Este tema es para escucharlo borracho, viendo el piso y en silencio. Recién regañado un muchacho. Me preguntan cómo escribes esas cosas. Mira, hermano, mi día a día no es color de rosa. Así como beso y le hago el amor a las hermosas, tengo versos que viven tocándose con mis prosas. Como moneda en alta mar o aguja en un alto bajar, perdí la tranquilidad por tanto pensar. Hay temas míos hechos para que me eduquen, para cuando esté en tarima me aconsejen de retruque. Piensa bien cuando con una idea te encuques, no vaya a ser que estés defendiendo falsos y te eduque. Luce, cámara y acción hacia la vida, tragedia, comedia y ficción. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tus memorias de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tienes recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalo en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se saca. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción. Es triste pero cierto. Conocemos a las personas cuando por últimas veces las vemos. Unas porque hacen falta cuando se nos fueron y otras que se alejan. Cuando en alguna desgracia caemos, pero borrón y cuenta nueva. La vida es una sola y siempre saldrá el sol después que llueva. Lástima que hay cosas que de la mente no salen y que te obligan a no ver igual a lo que creías que valen. Pero dale, que nadie va a esperar por ti. El mundo no se va a parar porque tú te sientas así. A veces caminamos como si dos manos por los lados de la cara taparan lo que tienes al lado. Quién sabe y alguien nos ve igual como aquí vemos hormiguitas que se están riendo al ver lo mal que actuamos. Hermano, la tierra es un grano o quizás medio grano de algún desierto en donde habitamos. Reímos y lloramos, caemos, nos levantamos, disfrutamos lo bueno, aprendemos de lo malo. Los obstáculos son una piñata que hay que darle palo, aunque tengamos los ojitos requete vendados. Y yo te entiendo porque también lo he vivido. El mundo está lleno de gente que camina sin sentido. Se te hace duro pensar que existe otro ser vivo que valga la pena entregarle tus latidos, ya sea para procrear o hacer amigos. Pero si a ver vamos, nos vamos tal cual como nacimos, solitarios, sin joyas ni vestidos, a veces enfermos sin poder recordar lo vivido. Mientras me escuchas hay gente haciendo el amor, gente haciendo guerra, gente agonizando a lo mejor, gente haciéndose preguntas y dándose golpes de pecho por gente que simplemente no le duele lo que ha hecho. Imparable solo el tiempo como el agua derramada, como cicatriz de una puñalada. Los finales son un bingo, pero deja de pensar que el destino es como en los cuentos de hadas. Trata de salvar lo que valga la pena y bota lo que ya no sirve. Bótalo, aunque te duela. Preocúpate por ti y disfruta plenamente mientras puedas, porque lo único seguro es que te mueras. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tus memorias de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tienes recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalo en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se saca. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción. la sangre. Yo sé por dónde se mueve según. Hoy voy a convertirme en un criminal, ya no creo en nadie, a menos que me convierta en un muerto. Hoy voy a vengar a mi hermano como le juré a mi padre, y este por ciento ojo por ojo es esto. Una bicha prestada porque no soy ampa, pero la rabia que siento no es campa, es tanta que me ahoga. Nunca había huelido droga, pero ahora es necesario para cumplir con lo que el corazón me implora. Siento que se me salen todas, la dudo 100 por hora, pelo por la bicha y le grito y ahora. Todo pasa muy chola, en ráfaga de cargo, todo esto balando hasta que ya no escupe la pistola. Y el corazón tum, y la bala baga, y el corazón tum, y la bala baga. ¡Ey! Lloro de la resquera mientras en la acera cargo escucho una señora que grita que mataron a Carlos. Solo aquí fue cuando sonreí aliviado porque Carlos fue el bastardo que mató a mi hermano. Yo me confuso, escucho río. No veo bien y siento frío. Un tipo gritando el mío. Hasta que ya no escuches nada más que un profundo silencio. Varios segundos de calma, mi alma al lado de mi cuerpo. Me dije, aún no he ido al más allá. Siento un olor a perfume, veo una luz en un túnel, un fuego que me consume. Se empezaba a ver atrás. No dejaré que me abrume el fuego. Seguiré hacia el túnel, pensé, pero seguir no pude porque me alaron para atrás, cayendo en picá. Montañas negras de azufre con un olor a mierda. Cuerpos deformados que sufren. Caí sobre una piedra. Un barco viejo con un viejo me esperaban. No me respondían nada. Almas el barco golpeaban. Él me llevó donde Cerbero, que dijo no morderme porque le gusta mi nombre de rapero. Si lo ves de esa forma, pude tener suerte irónica en la vida, pero también irónica es la muerte. Me desperté ya sentado sobre un estrado y un jurado de malvados decidirían mi suerte. Recuerdo que fui golpeado y trasladado a un sitio en uno de los círculos con un montón de gente. Por vengativo y asesino, se quemará por siempre, por toda la eternidad como castigo. Vi muchos rostros conocidos y me sentí sorprendido porque no pensé que estuvieran conmigo. Personas que lucían buenas en el mundo, como el Che Guevara incluso, como Juan Pablo II. Presuntos Dalai Lama calcinados con Mao y los difuntos de Félix Marconi y Beethoven juntos. Me asombró mucho saber que estaban aquí, que desde Kennedy, Lenin, Mahoma y Joseph Smith. César y Napoleón salieron de las llamas porque eran la misma persona que ahora es el Obama. No entendía nada, pregunté por Cristo y noté que se burlaban porque nadie lo había visto. Otros dijeron que fue un truco de su iglesia para gobernar el mundo con su majestuosa empresa. Charles Russell y Washington, José de San Martín y Gandhi, y José Arafat, Cristóbal Colón. Isabel de Inglaterra transformada en perra desnuda. Supe incluso estaba Bolívar y Cuba. Son demasiadas dudas, pensamientos vagos, gente buena del infierno o es que en algo fueron malos. Pero algo estar aquí, aunque no lo acepten, debo hallar ahora una manera de huir de la muerte. Recordé que en la tierra donde había nacido existía una leyenda del diablo con un tal Florentino. Obviamente un cuento, pero inteligente para irme de este infierno. Infierno literalmente. Vociferé durante meses que podía con el jefe recitando versos entre fuego y heces. Hasta que un día apareció un viejo con traje que me dijo pierde y me llevo a tu padre de homenaje. Qué situación tan complicada la que me encontraba, pero yo nunca he sido de los que se cagan. Además, había compuesto demasiados versos que más la improvisación haría temblar al universo. Empieza a hacer que nada te maldigo o hacer que sufras el peor de todos los castigos. ¿Cómo te atreves a retarme castellano y en este ritmo tan pobre como el suelo donde te has criado? Con más razón tú deberías avergonzarte de perder un combate con una homo sapiens. Además te explico, se llama Venezuela donde nació este tipo y tú no puedes maldecirme porque ya yo estoy maldito. Eres muy peculiar y mi deber es explicar que no puedes ganar porque yo lo sé todo. Domino los idiomas, los modos, la historia, incluso sé los más recónditos miedos de tu memoria. Debo aclarar que hay un factor clave que olvidas, los miedos se van en el momento en que pierdes la vida. Se dice que el amor masacra tus insultos, pero yo te mataré con más odio para ser justo. A mí tú no me engañas, mediocre adversario, ¿cómo hablar de odio si tu brazo grita lo contrario? Tú le has vendido a todos tus seguidores con múltiples contradicciones en muchas de tus canciones. No entienden nada los humanos. Yo sueño con amor porque sé que en el fondo nosotros amamos. Si canto rabia es para desahogar por dentro, como cuando Cristo echó a los comerciantes de su templo. De nuevo hablando tú de cosas que no sabes. Eres un imitador como tu voz, la cual no es tan grave. Lo único grave es que te crean, pero aunque la mentira tiene patas, tarde o temprano cojea. Me ha conmovido ahora que te conozco más, Satanás. No comprendes el arte, tampoco la paz. Mi voz es más, esta es mi voz que Dios me dio de don para tener usar la cual daga en tu corazón. ¿Cómo puedes hablar de Dios si eres ateo? En tus ojos lo veo mientras mi candela te consume. Te recuerdo que Dios no existe y lo que viste en aquel túnel no fue más que simples ángeles une. Dudar y no creer es algo muy distinto, y si dudo de Dios es porque no lo he visto. Aún así insisto en recalcarte lo que contigo aprendí, que reyes sabrán mucho, pero siempre tienes que ir a ti. De corazón, de corazón, de corazón, de corazón. Andábamos sin buscarnos, aunque sabiendo que andábamos para encontrarnos. Aunque no creo en el amor a primera vista, creo en el querer a primera vez. Te dije que pasaría porque sabía que querías. Y fueron nubes las que usé de trampolines y tiburones los que vestí de delfines. Un arco iris de tobogán por donde me dejé caer hasta aterrizar en un río de paz y los ruidos. Parecía el canto de ángeles del cielo, y no es que yo haya estado allí, sino es que aquí no suena nada tan bueno. Sentí un fuego que me acariciaba el alma y me comenzaban a crecer sonrisas en la barba. Tenía alas para atravesar las nubes y olía también que hasta las flores querían mi perfume. Crecí tanto que los planetas los tomé en mis manos y jugué con ellos y a las letras en segundo plano, claro, que a los pocos instantes me cogí para poder volar y volar sobre un colibrí. Sí, los árboles cantaban jazz o tal vez blues o quizás más, tal vez algo más. Caminaba en el mar, podía parar el tiempo, acelerar, repetir con un simple movimiento. Podía quitarme la vida y nacer de nuevo porque al paraíso donde iría no sería tan bueno, era perfecto. Como si de un cuento se tratase, podía hasta crear un defecto, por si lo perfecto me asustase. El hecho es que por un instante entré en razón y no estaba soñando, estaba haciéndote el amor. Fue plenitud lo que sentí estando dentro de ti, bailando por adentro de tu cuerpo. Algo tan simple como que yo voy en ti, tú vas en mí. Como dos piezas que encajan perfecto. De veces 1.000.000.000 de humanos, tú y yo. Somos una especie que murió hace tiempo. Solo que una hembra es su complemento. Por eso es tan natural querernos. En mis labios se escalaban tus cordilleras y unidos más que Pangea me acelerabas el miocardio. Cuando las olas que imitaban tus caderas reventaban en mi abdomen llenándome de tu río caldo. Besaba yo tus pies para estar en tus huellas. Mi lengua rozaba tus piernas y entre ellas. Y como una vil leguleya peleabas por el derecho a elegir en qué posición ver las estrellas. Podías reír, sudar, gemir, hablar para explicarme por qué parecía ibas a llorar y yo tocándote como quien se tira por la mañana. Y hacer ruido de placer al hacer que nada en la cama sobra. Las palabras debería callarme ya y hacerte el amor despacio al compás de este humilde rap que es para ti. Hecho para ti, escrito para ti, cantado a ti. Cualquier otro adjetivo que termine en ti, sí. A través de mis ojos tú te vieras y en mi cuerpo sintieras lo que me inspiras. Te viera con sed, abrazarte quisieras, ya que esa es la forma como estos ojos te miran. Iba aterrizando las nubes de trampolines. Fueron tus senos los que usé como almohadines. Y antes que se termine esta corta canción, olvidaba decirte que me encantó hacerte el amor. Fue plenitud lo que sentí estando dentro de ti, bailando por adentro de tu cuerpo. Algo tan simple como que yo voy en ti, tú vas en mí. Como dos piezas que encajan perfecto. De veces 1.000.000.000 de humanos, tú y yo. Somos una especie que murió hace tiempo. Solo que una hembra es su complemento. Por eso es tan natural querernos. Y ahora quién sabe cuándo volvamos a verlos.
The fear is simply because you're not living with life, you're living in your mind. Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. that means your fear is always about that which does not exist. If your fear is about the non-existent, your fear is 100% imaginary. If you're suffering the non-existential, we call that insanity. So, people may be in just socially accepted levels of insanity, but if you're afraid or if you're suffering anything which does not exist, it amounts to insanity, isn't it? People are always suffering, either what happened yesterday or what may happen tomorrow. So your suffering is always about that which does not exist, simply because you're not rooted in reality. You're always rooted in your mind. Mind is one part of it is memory, another part of it is imagination. Both of them are in one way imagination, because both of them don't exist right now. You're lost in your imagination. That's the basis of your fear. If you were rooted in reality, there would be no fear.
Had a dream that my baby brother pulled up on me in the Bentley truck. Lord bless him, got a blessing, got a niece and nephew with a sippy cup. Oh, we gon' get it now. Don't you fucking doubt it. Lord, cut the stress and bring on the blessings. We was born without it. Godspeed. 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 Godspeed.
La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tienes recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se sacan. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza, así que luce, cámara y acción. Hey, hace rato que no nos veíamos, mucho ha pasado desde aquella velada. Sin embargo te esperaba aunque sin ansia, porque sé que en la nostalgia llegas y no dices nada. Te metes en mi cama, en mi cerebro indagas hasta que no puedo ya ignorarte, haga lo que haga. Ha pasado mucho tiempo. Señora inspiración, mucha dueña de mis buenos sentimientos. La invito a tomarse uno, fumarse un cigarrillo como niños que juegan a ser maduros y como un conjuro. Limpiar la rabia de mi pecho con palabras que al rimarlas me hacen sentir satisfecho. Al menos por un ratico, hasta que me despierte en esa realidad de la cual soy convicto, como la rutina, como las doctrinas, como tantas cosas que me hacen pensar que estoy en ruinas. Nacer, crecer, reproducirse, morir, pues estar vivo no es precisamente igual a vivir. Estoy enloqueciendo, hay tanto que quisiera no haber descubierto. Siento que soy un muerto que vive encubierto. Cada vez mis canciones son más complicadas porque yo a veces me complico por nada. Mi mente es mi peor enemiga. Me dijo te diré lo que es mentira sin pensar el daño que me haría. Vivimos entrenando para hacer dinero, estudiando cosas que a veces ni siquiera queremos, esculpiendo nuestros cuerpos. Para estar buenas y buenos, pues sabemos que para ver corazones todos son ciegos. El orgullo y el ego, hablando de felicidad sin ni siquiera saber qué queremos. Todos quieren la jeva más buena, camioneta nueva, pero ¿y la felicidad qué? Como dice el tema. Admito que a veces me cansa luchar y quisiera dormir para jamás despertar, pero recuerdo esos momentos que varias veces me dieron aliento y que me hacen agradecer cuando despierto. La vida es un barco, un tren, un avión que no se detiene. La vida no es una estación. Gracias por enseñarme lo que debo mejorar y saber que no a todo el mundo se debe pedir perdón. El mundo da más vueltas que un trompo borracho y los que están arriba en dos se pueden ir para abajo. Cuando yo me muera, lancen un lápiz en la caja madera y no dejen pasar lo que en vida no quiera. Sírvete otro, querida, porque siento que tengo un perro dentro del pecho todavía, arrancando cables, orinándose en las vías que conectan la circulación con mi psicología. Como he vivido mi vida, traté bien a varias putas y traté mal a quienes me querían. He consumido drogas solo por aparentar hasta que supe la definición de lo que es ser real. A veces bien y a veces mal, pero si de algo estoy seguro, es que nunca a mí me podrán enviar para zonas donde los hipócritas deban pagar sus tormentos. Porque digo la verdad hasta cuando miento. Y Si miento porque ignoro, por hablar sin pensar, pero nunca por querer cuadrar con todo, porque no soy monedita de oro. Me enseñaron a ser sincero para que me crean cuando salga el lobo. Tengo un trobo de lágrimas casi vacío y experiencias tengo para llenar un río. Pasado, pisado, a lo hecho pecho para adelante, para allá y para atrás ni para saludar a los míos. El rap es una porquería cuando deja de ser arte. Por eso en parte odio que me digan rapero, yo soy Tyrone, que cancerbero, apasionado chamo que hace poesía a los sinceros. Hay muchos que les cuesta probar mi trabajo porque son tan simples que no entienden un carajo. Este tema es para escucharlo borracho, viendo al piso y en silencio, como un recién regañado un muchacho. Me preguntan cómo escribes esas cosas. Mira, hermano, mi día a día no es color de rosa. Así como beso y le hago el amor a las hermosas, tengo versos que viven tocándose con mis prosas. Como moneda en alta mar o aguja en un alto pajar, perdí la tranquilidad por tanto pensar. Hay temas míos hechos para que me eduquen, para cuando esté en tarima me aconsejen de retruque. Piensa bien cuando con una idea te encuques, no vaya a ser que te estés defendiendo falsos y te equivoques. Luce, cámara y acción, así en la vida sean tragedia, comedia y ficción. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tener recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se sacan. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza, así que luce, cámara y acción. Es triste pero cierto, conocemos a las personas cuando por últimas veces las vemos, unas porque hacen falta cuando se nos fueron y otras que se alejan, cuando en alguna desgracia caemos, pero borrón y cuenta nueva, la vida es una sola y siempre saldrá el sol después que llueva. Lástima que hay cosas que de la mente no salen y que te obligan a no ver igual a los que creías que valen, pero dale, que nadie va a esperar por ti, el mundo no se va a parar porque tú te sientas así. A veces caminamos como si dos manos por los lados de la cara taparan lo que tienes al lado. Quién sabe y alguien nos ve igual, como aquí vemos hormiguitas que se están riendo al ver lo mal que actuamos. Hermano, la tierra es un grano o quizás medio grano de algún desierto en donde habitamos. Reímos y lloramos, caemos, nos levantamos, disfrutamos lo bueno, aprendemos de lo malo. Los obstáculos son una piñata que hay que darle palo, aunque tengamos los ojitos requete vendados. Y yo te entiendo porque también lo he vivido. El mundo está lleno de gente que camina sin sentido. Se te hace duro pensar que existe otro ser vivo que valga la pena entregarle tus latidos, ya sea para procrear o hacer amigos. Pero si a ver vamos, nos vamos tal cual como nacimos, solitarios, sin joyas ni vestidos, a veces enfermos sin poder recordar lo vivido. Mientras me escuchas hay gente haciendo labor, gente haciendo guerra, gente agonizando a lo mejor, gente haciéndose preguntas y dándose golpes de pecho por gente que simplemente no le duele lo que ha hecho. Imparable solo el tiempo como el agua derramada, como cicatriz de una puñalada. Los finales son un bingo, pero deja de pensar que el destino es como en los cuentos de hadas. Trata de salvar lo que valga la pena y bota lo que ya no sirve. Bótalo, aunque te duela, preocúpate por ti y disfruta plenamente mientras puedas, porque lo único seguro es que te mueras. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tener recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se sacan. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza, así que luce, cámara y acción.
Listen, I don't have a problem providing you with weed whenever you need weed, but the same way that I'm providing you the weed whenever you need weed, I think you should also be providing me back something whenever I need something. So it's whatever on you, dude. You make it all difficult playing your fucking games all the time. Hell, you know I hate fucking texting. Texting is nonsense. I want to say, man, whatever, bro. You tripping with me sometimes, bro, because you like even told me a motherfucker like that is bad. A motherfucker borrowing money from you when I'm trying to give you money and you choose to continue loaning money. So you're funny.
Una dicha prestada porque no soy ampa, pero la rabia que siento no escapa, es tanta que me ahoga. Nunca había huelido droga, pero ahora es necesario para cumplir con lo que el corazón me implora. Siento que se me sale el tórax, la moto a 100 por hora, pelo por la picha y le grito y ahora todo pasa muy chola, en ráfaga de cargo a todos esos malandros hasta que ya no escupe la pistola. Y el corazón tucum, 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 y la bala bacao, 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 bacao. Y el corazón tucum, 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 y la bala bacao, bacao, bacao. ¡Ey! Lloro de la rechera mientras en la acera cargo escucho una señora que grita que mataron a Carlos. Solo ahí fue cuando sonreí aliviado porque Carlos fue el bastardo que mató a mi hermano. Yo me confuso, escucho wiu, wiu, wiu. No veo bien y siento frío, frío, frío. Un tipo gritando el mío, el mío, el mío. Hasta que ya no escuches nada más que un profundo silencio, Varios segundos de calma mi alma al lado de mi cuerpo. Me dije, aún no he ido al más allá. Siento un olor a perfume, veo una luz en un túnel, un fuego que me consume. Se empezaba a ver atrás. No dejaré que me abrume el fuego. Seguiré hacia el túnel, pensé, pero seguir no pude porque me alaron para atrás, cayendo en picá. Montañas negras de azufre con un olor a mierda. Cuerpos deformados que sufren. Caí sobre una piedra. Un barco viejo con un viejo me esperaban. No me respondían nada. Almas el barco golpeaban. Él me llevó donde Cerbero, que dijo no morderme porque le gusta mi nombre de rapero. Si lo ves de esta forma, pude tener suerte irónica en la vida, pero también irónica es la muerte. Me desperté ya sentado sobre un estrado y un jurado de malvados decidiría mi suerte. Recuerdo que fui golpeado y trasladado a un sitio en uno de los círculos con un montón de gente. Por vengativo y asesino, te quemará por siempre, por toda la eternidad como castigo. Vi muchos rostros conocidos y me sentí sorprendido porque no pensé que estuvieran conmigo. Personas que lucían buenas en el mundo, como el Che Guevara incluso, como Juan Pablo II. Presuntos Dalai Lama, calcinados con Mao, y los difuntos de Félix McConnell y Beethoven juntos. Me asombró mucho saber que estaban aquí, John F. Kennedy, Lenin, Mahoma y Joseph Smith. César y Napoleón salieron de las llamas porque eran la misma persona que ahora es un tal Obama. No entendía nada, pregunté por Cristo y noté que se burlaban porque nadie lo había visto. Otros dijeron que fue un truco de su iglesia para gobernar el mundo con su majestuosa empresa. Charles Russell y Washington, José de San Martín y Gandhi, Yasser Arafat, Cristóbal Colón, Isabel de Inglaterra transformada en perra desnuda, supe incluso estaban Bolívar y Buda. Son demasiadas dudas, pensamientos vagos, gente buena del infierno o es que en algo fueron malos. Por algo están aquí, aunque no lo acepten, debo hallar ahora una manera de huir de la muerte. Recordé que en la tierra donde había nacido existía una leyenda del diablo con un tal Florentino. Obviamente encuentro, pero inteligente para irme de este infierno. Infierno literalmente. Vociferé durante meses que podía con el jefe recitando versos entre fuego y heces. Hasta que un día apareció un viejo con traje que me dijo pierde y me llevo a tu padre de homenaje. Qué situación tan complicada en la que me encontraba, pero yo nunca he sido de los que se cagan. Además, había compuesto demasiados versos que más la improvisación harían temblar al universo. Empieza a hacer que nada te maldigo o hacer que sufras el peor de todos los castigos. ¿Cómo te atreves a retarme castellano y en este ritmo tan pobre como el suelo donde te has criado? Con más razón tú deberías avergonzarte, perder un combate con una homo sapiens. Además te explico, se llama Venezuela donde nació este tipo y tú no puedes maldecirme porque ya yo estoy maldito. Eres muy peculiar y mi deber es explicar que no puedes ganar porque yo lo sé todo. Domino los idiomas, los modos, la historia, incluso sé los más recónditos miedos de tu memoria. Debo aclarar que hay un factor clave que olvidas, los miedos se van en el momento en que pierdes la vida. Se dice que el amor masacra tus insultos, pero yo te mataré con más odio para ser justo. A mí tú no me engañas, mediocre adversario, como hablar de odio si tu brazo grita lo contrario. Tú le has mentido a tus seguidores con
I've been listening to you, bro, and I'm back to square root where you had me before. Yeah, dude, it's whatever, man. At the end of the day, you're talking to me like whatever, dude. Nah, dude, you can stay with your dumb shit, bro. I could provide for you something your boyfriend can't. So you pay attention to whoever the fuck you want to. You pay attention to him, you stay without. You pay attention to me, you will have your weed. But whatever the fuck else you need, whenever you need it. So, I'm an asset. He's a fucking debt. So leave that at that, bro. Don't get me started when I talk to women and fuck with women all day. And the only thing is that you're young, bro. That's about it.
Andábamos sin buscarnos, aunque sabiendo que andábamos para encontrarnos. Aunque no creo en el amor a primera vista.
Not sure what's happening.
Te dije que pasaría porque sabía que querías. Y fueron nubes las que usé de trampolines y tiburones los que vestí de delfines. Un arco iris de tobogán por donde me dejé caer hasta aterrizar en un río de paz y voces ruidos. Parecía el canto de ángeles del cielo y no es que yo haya estado allí, sino es que aquí no suena nada tan bueno. Sentí un fuego que me acariciaba el alma y me comenzaban a crecer sonrisas en la barba. Tenía alas para atravesar las nubes y olía también que hasta las flores querían mi perfume. Crecí tanto que los planetas los tomé en mis manos y jugué con ellos y a las letras en segundo plano, claro, que a los pocos instantes me cogí para poder volar y volar sobre un colibrí. Los árboles cantaban jazz o también blues, o quizás más, tal vez algo más. Caminaba en el mar, podía parar el tiempo, acelerar y repetir con un simple movimiento. Podía quitarme la vida y hacer de nuevo porque al paraíso donde iba no sería tan bueno, era perfecto. Como si de un cuento se tratase, podía hasta crear un defecto, por si lo perfecto me asustase. El hecho que por un instante entré en razón no estaba soñando. Estaba haciendo
this and that and that and this, but
lo que sentí estando dentro de ti.
yeah, like ever since I spoke with you, you clearly
Como que yo voy a ti, tú vas en mí.
you would have fucked me your life. Did he borrow you the money?
Una hembra es su complemento. Por eso es tan natural querernos. En mis labios se escalaban tus cordilleras, sonidos más que Pangea, me acelerabas el río Carmen. Cuando las olas que vibraban tus caderas reventaban en mi abdomen, llenándome de tu río Carmen. Besaba yo tus pies para estar en tus huellas. Mi lengua rozaba tus piernas y entre ellas. Y como una vil leguleya, peleabas por el derecho a elegir en qué posición ver las estrellas. Podías reír, sudar, gemir, hablar, para explicarme por qué parecía ibas a llorar y yo tocándote, como quien se tira por la mañana. Y hacer ruido de placer al hacer que nada en la cama sombra.
I think you're too deep. There's nobody can save you. You already fell over heels with this dude you gave me pussy, yeah. He the star motherfucker, yeah. He taking care of his mother, but he's not taking care of you. So you're not really a priority on his list. Not do I got you anyway.
Ya que esa es la forma como estos ojos te miran. Iba aterrizando las nubes de trampolines. Fueron tus senos los que usé como almohadines. Y antes que se termine esta corta canción, olvidaba decirte que me encantó hacerte el amor. Fue plenitud lo que sentí estando dentro de ti, bailando por adentro de tu cuerpo. Algo tan simple como que yo voy en ti, tú vas en mí. Todo piezas que encajan perfecto. De 6.000 millones de humanos tú y yo. Somos una especie que murió.
There you go, bro.
Solo que una hembra es su complemento.
Yeah, and I bet you took all the weed and you smoked it with him because you never smoked 3 grams in a fucking day, ever.
Y ahora quién sabe cuándo volvamos a verlos.
So yeah, you left me for a while. You allowed me to do a lot of thinking of our conversation in the car. And this is what happens when you leave a motherfucker for so long and he has so much time to meditate the nonsense you told me and this contract that I accepted for because you know I'm a sucker for you, so I try to say yes to everything you say.
fear is simply because you're not living with life, you're living in your mind. Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. That means your fear is always about that which does not
My shit ain't
exist.
to be knocking nobody's game, but
If your fear is
you're
about
going
the
down the wrong
non-existence,
path. You don't need no
your fear
motherfucking
is
nigga next to
100%
you that can't
imaginary.
provide for you.
If you're
You talking
suffering
about
the
donuts, motherfuckers
non-existential,
don't even buy you donuts. Look,
we call
it's
that
whatever, bro.
insanity.
We had a good thing going when we were going. The only thing is I tried to
People
reach the
may be
second
in
base,
just
and
socially accepted levels of
he wasn't
insanity.
really going second
But
base with me.
if you're
And I
afraid
was
or if you're
polite, bro.
suffering
I didn't
anything
even
which
push
does not
myself
exist,
on you. I've been trying to take my time with you.
people are
Like, I
always
met you
suffering.
when you was
Either
under.
what happened
You
yesterday
now
or what may
legal.
happen
You
tomorrow.
know what I'm saying?
So your
All that
suffering is
speaking itself.
always about that which does not exist.
I'm not trying to
Simply
keep.
because
I
you're
want to
not
keep it
rooted
for
in
me, but I
reality.
know for the
You're
moment I
always
can.
rooted
So
in
when you
your
reach
mind.
21, when you reach 21,
Mind
it's full swing.
is one part of it is
Whatever,
reality,
you
another
enjoy
part of
yourself.
his imagination.
But
Both of them
I've
are in
been
one
trying
way
to take care of
imagination
you and do business
because both
all
of them
in
don't
one go.
exist
'Cause
right
that's
now.
how I feel that a man was supposed to
You're
make
lost in your
money and fuck.
imagination. That's the basis of your fear. If you were rooted in reality, there would be no fear.
Had a dream that my baby brother pulled up on me in the Bentley truck. Lord bless him, gotta cut the stress and got a niece
Making
and nephew
money
with a sippy cup. Oh, we gon'
has
get
no
it now.
limits to making
Don't you
money.
fucking doubt
Kill
it.
a motherfucker, you
Lord,
trick
cut
a
the stress and bring
motherfucker,
on
you
the
steal
blessings. We
from a
was born without
motherfucker,
it.
whatever the
Godspeed.
fuck. You go legally, you run a business, you sell shit, you
Godspeed.
create customer clientele. Either which way, matter of fact, do it both
Godspeed.
ways right now.
Godspeed.
Trust me, if I know you have a keeper,
La vida es un
motherfucker
viaje,
that
no
you
una
meet, and
estación.
you should keep him,
Saca tu memoria de esa
I'll let
prisión.
you know, bro.
Sé que hay bonitos
I've
recuerdos,
never tried to
pero no
violate you, bro.
recuerdos.
I've
Tener
been trying to
recuerdos
keep
por
you.
obsesión.
He
El
violated
tiempo
you.
aquí es
The
como el
motherfucker
pantalón
don't do
de un
different shit
niñito.
for you. You gave him the
Bien
pussy, he
cortico
don't do
y
shit for you.
repleto
That's
de
a
caca.
violation right there,
Empaca
bro.
tus sentimientos
And
y
he's
llévalos
attached
en
to
un
you
bolsito
now.
hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se sacan. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción.
Like,
Hace
that's a
rato
sorry
que no nos
motherfucker to
veíamos.
lose virginity to.
Mucho ha pasado
Hopefully
desde aquella
you play
velada.
with a dildo or
Sin
something,
embargo, te
because this
esperaba aunque
motherfucker
sin
there,
ansia, porque
he
sé que
needs
en la
to put out
nostalgia
for you,
llega
bro.
de
I'm really
necesidad.
gonna fuck with
Te
that.
metes en mi cama, mi
That's a
cerebro
grimy
indaga hasta que
motherfucker.
no puedo
You
ya
need to
ignorarte,
buy
haga lo
donuts.
que haga. Ha
That
pasado
shit
mucho
sucks,
tiempo.
bro. You need some donuts
Señora
now?
inspiración, muse dueña de mis buenos sentimientos. La invito a tomarse uno, fumarse un cigarrillo como niños que juegan a ser maduros y como un conjuro. Limpiar la rabia de mi pecho con palabras que al rimarlas me hacen sentir satisfecho. Al menos por un ratico, hasta que me despierte en esa realidad de la cual soy convicto, como la rutina, como las doctrinas, como tantas cosas que me hacen pensar que estoy en ruinas. Nacer, crecer, reproducirse, morir, pues estar vivo no es precisamente igual a vivir. Estoy enloqueciendo, hay tanto que quisiera no haber descubierto. Siento que soy un muerto que vive encubierto. Cada vez mis canciones son más complicadas porque yo a veces me complico por nada. Mi mente es mi peor enemiga. Me dijo te diré lo que es mentira sin pensar el daño que me haría. Vivimos entrenando para hacer dinero, estudiando cosas que a veces ni siquiera queremos, esculpiendo nuestros cuerpos. Para estar buenas y buenos, pues sabemos que para ver corazones todos son ciegos. El orgullo y el ego, hablando de felicidad sin ni siquiera saber qué queremos. Todos quieren la jeva más buena, camioneta nueva, pero ¿y la felicidad qué? Como dice el tema. Admito que a veces me cansa luchar y quisiera dormir para jamás despertar, pero recuerdo esos momentos que varias veces me dieron aliento y que me hacen agradecer cuando despierto. La vida es un barco, entra en un avión que no se detiene. La vida no es una estación. Gracias por enseñarme lo que debo mejorar y saber que no a todo el mundo se debe pedir perdón. El mundo da más vueltas que un trompo borracho y los que están arriba en dos se pueden ir para abajo. Cuando yo me muera, lancen un lápiz en la caja de madera y no dejen pasar lo que en vida no quiera. Sírvete otro, querida, porque siento que tengo un perro dentro del pecho todavía, arrancando cables, orinándose en las vías que conectan la circulación con mi psicología. Como he vivido mi vida, traté bien a varias putas y traté mal a quienes me querían. He consumido drogas solo por aparentar hasta que supe la definición de lo que es ser real. a veces bien y a veces mal, pero si de algo estoy seguro, es que nunca a mí me podrán enviar corazones donde los hipócritas deban pagar sus tormentos. Porque digo la verdad hasta cuando miento. Si miento porque ignoro, por hablar sin pensar, pero nunca por querer cuadrar con todos, porque no soy monedita de oro. Me enseñaron a ser sincero para que me crean cuando salga el lobo. Tengo un robo de lágrimas casi vacío, experiencias tengo para llenar un río. Pasado, pisado, a lo hecho pecho, para adelante, para allá, ni para atrás, ni para saludar a los míos. El rap es una porquería cuando dejas de ser arte. Por eso en parte odio que me digan rapero, yo soy Tyrone. Que hay cancerbero apasionado, chamo que hace poesía sinceros. Hay muchos que les cuesta probar mi trabajo porque son tan simples que no entienden un carajo. Este tema es para escucharlo borracho, viendo el piso y en silencio. Recién regañado un muchacho. Me preguntan cómo escribes esas cosas. Mira, hermano, mi día a día no es color de rosa. Así como beso y le hago el amor a las hermosas. Tengo versos que viven tocándose con mis prosas. Como moneda en alta mar, aguja en un alto bajar. Perdí la tranquilidad por tanto pensar. Hay temas míos hechos para que me eduquen. Para cuando esté en tarima me aconsejen de retruque. Piensa bien cuando con una idea te encuques, no vaya a ser que te estés defendiendo falsos y te eduque. Luce, cámara y acción, así en la vida sean. Tragedia, comedia y ficción. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tener recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito. Bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se sacan. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción. Es triste pero cierto. Conocemos a las personas cuando por últimas veces las vemos. Unas porque hacen falta cuando se nos fueron y otras que se alejan. Cuando en alguna desgracia caemos, pero borrón de cuenta nueva. La vida es una sola y siempre saldrá sol después que llueva. Lástima que hay cosas que de la mente no salen y que te obligan a no ver igual a los que creían que valen. Pero dale, que nadie va a esperar por ti. El mundo no se va a parar porque tú te sientas así. A veces caminamos como si dos manos por los lados de la cara taparan lo que tienes al lado. Quién sabe y alguien nos ve igual como aquí vemos hormiguitas que se están riendo al ver lo mal que actuamos. Hermano, la tierra es un grano o quizás medio grano de algún desierto en donde habitamos. Reímos y lloramos, caemos, nos levantamos, disfrutamos lo bueno, aprendemos de lo malo. Los obstáculos son una piñata que hay que darle palo, aunque tengamos los ojitos requete vengados. Y yo te entiendo porque también lo he vivido. El mundo está lleno de gente que camina sin sentido. Se te hace duro pensar que existe otro ser vivo que valga la pena entregarle tus latidos, ya sea para procrear o hacer amigos. Pero si a ver vamos, nos vamos tal cual como nacimos, solitarios, sin joyas ni vestidos, a veces enfermos sin poder recordar lo vivido. Mientras me escuchas hay gente haciendo labor, gente haciendo guerra, gente agonizando a lo mejor, gente haciéndose preguntas y dándose golpes de pecho por gente que simplemente no le duele lo que ha hecho. Imparable solo el tiempo como el agua derramada, como cicatriz de una puñalada. Los finales son un bingo, pero deja de pensar que el destino es como en los cuentos de hadas. Trata de salvar lo que valga la pena y bota lo que ya no sirve. Bótalo, aunque te duela, preocúpate por ti y disfruta plenamente mientras puedas, porque lo único seguro es que te mueras. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tener recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito. Bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se sacan. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza. Así que luce, cámara y acción. Oh, me falta el aire. Y el corazón tucum. Ay, va a correr sangre. Ya sé por dónde se mueve ese bus. Hoy voy a convertirme en un criminal, ya no creo en nadie, a menos que me convierta en un muerto. Hoy voy a vengar a mi hermano como le juré a mi padre, y este por ciento ojo por ojo es esto. Una bicha prestada porque no soy ampa, pero la rabia que siento no escapa, es tanta que me ahoga. Nunca había huelido droga, pero ahora es necesario para cumplir con lo que el corazón me implora. Siento que se me sale el tórax, la moto a 100 por hora, pelo por la bicha y le grito y ahora todo pasa muy chola, en ráfaga de cargo, todo esto malandro hasta que ya no escupe la pistola. Y el corazón tucum, y la bala bacao. Y el corazón tucum, y la bala bacao. Ey, lloro de la rechera mientras en la acera cargo escucho una señora que grita que mataron a Carlos. Solo ahí fue cuando sonreí aliviado porque Carlos fue el bastardo que mató a mi hermano. Yo me confuso, escucho río. Me veo bien y siento frío. Un tipo gritando el mío. Hasta que ya no escuché nada más que un profundo silencio. Varios segundos de calma, mi alma al lado de mi cuerpo. Me dije, aún no he ido al más allá. Siento un olor a perfume, veo una luz en un túnel, un fuego que me consume. Se empezaba a ver atrás, no dejaré que me abrume el fuego. Seguiré hacia el túnel, pensé, pero seguir no pude porque me alaron para atrás, cayendo en picá. Montañas negras de azufre con un olor a mierda, cuerpos deformados que sufren. Caí sobre una piedra, un barco viejo con un viejo me esperaba, no me respondían nada. Almas el barco golpeaban. Él me llevó donde Cerbero, me dijo no morderme porque le gusta mi nombre de rapero. Si lo ves de esta forma, pude tener suerte irónica en la vida, pero también irónica es la muerte. Me desperté ya sentado sobre un estrado y un jurado de malvados decidiría mi suerte. Recuerdo que fui golpeado y trasladado a un sitio en uno de los círculos con un montón de gente. Por vengativo y asesino, te quemará por siempre, por toda la eternidad como castigo. Vi muchos rostros conocidos y me sentí sorprendido porque no pensé que estuvieran conmigo. Personas que lucían buenas en el mundo, como el Che Guevara, incluso como Juan Pablo II. Presuntos Dalai Lama, calcinado con Mao y los difuntos de Farid Maconen y Beethoven juntos. Me asombró mucho saber que estaban aquí. Jennifer Kennedy, Lenin, Mahoma y Joseph Smith. César y Napoleón salieron de las llamas porque eran la misma persona que ahora es un tal Obama. No entendía nada, pregunté por Cristo y noté que se burlaban porque nadie lo había visto. Otros dijeron que fue un truco de su iglesia para gobernar el mundo con su majestuosa empresa. Charles Russell y Washington, José de San Martín y Gandhi, Yasser Arafat, Cristóbal Colón, Isabel de Inglaterra transformada en perra desnuda. Supe incluso estaban Bolívar y Buda. Son demasiadas dudas, pensamientos vagos, gente buena del infierno o es que en algo fueron malos. Por algo están aquí, aunque no lo acepten, debo hallar ahora una manera de huir de la muerte. Recordé que en la tierra donde había nacido existía una leyenda del diablo con un tal Florentino. Obviamente un cuento, pero inteligente para irme de este infierno. Infierno literalmente, vociferé durante meses que podía con el jefe recitando versos entre fuego y heces. Hasta que un día apareció un viejo con traje que me dijo pierde y me llevo a tu padre de homenaje. Qué situación tan complicada en la que me encontraba, pero yo nunca he sido de los que se cagan. Además, había compuesto demasiados versos que más la improvisación harían temblar al universo. Empieza a hacer que nada te maldigo o hacer que sufras el peor de todos los castigos. ¿Cómo te atreves a retarme castellano y en este ritmo tan pobre como el suelo donde te has criado? Con más razón tú deberías avergonzarte, perder un combate con una mozapia. Además te explico, se llama Venezuela donde nació este tipo y tú no puedes maldecirme porque ya yo estoy maldito. Eres muy peculiar y mi deber es explicar que no puedes ganar porque yo lo sé todo. Domino los idiomas, los modos, la historia, incluso sé los más recónditos miedos de tu memoria. Debo aclarar que hay un factor clave que olvidas, los miedos se van en el momento en que pierdes la vida. Se dice que el amor masacra tus insultos, pero yo te mataré con más odio para ser justo. A mí tú no me engañas, mediocre adversario, ¿cómo hablar de odio si tu brazo grita lo contrario? Tú le has mentido a todos tus seguidores con múltiples contradicciones en muchas de tus canciones. No entienden nada los humanos. Yo sueño con amor porque sé que en el fondo nosotros amamos. Si canto rabia para desahogar por dentro, como cuando Cristo echó a los comerciantes de su templo. De nuevo hablando tú de cosas que no sabes, eres un imitador como tu voz, la cual no es tan grave. Lo único grave es que te crean, pero aunque la mentira tiene patas, tarde o temprano cojea. Me has conmovido ahora que te conozco más, Satanás. No comprendes el arte, tampoco la paz. Mi voz es más, esta es mi voz que Dios me dio de don para tener usar la cual daga en tu corazón. ¿Cómo puedes hablar de Dios si eres ateo? En tus ojos lo veo mientras mi candela te consume. Te recuerdo que Dios no existe y lo que viste en aquel túnel no fue más que simples ángeles comunes. Dudar y no creer es algo muy distinto, y si dudo de Dios es porque no lo he visto. Aún así insisto en recalcarte lo que contigo aprendí, que reyes sabrán mucho, pero siempre tienes que ir a ti. Y el corazón yugu, 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 y el corazón yugu, 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 y el corazón yugu, 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 y el corazón yugu, 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 yugu. Andábamos sin buscarnos, aunque sabiendo que andábamos para encontrarnos. Aunque no creo en el amor a primera vista, creo en el querer a primera noche. Te dije que pasaría porque sabía que sabías, que sabía que querías. Y fueron nubes las que usé de trampolines y tiburones los que vestí de delfines. Un arco iris de tobogán por donde me dejé caer hasta aterrizar en un río de paz y voz y ruido. Parecía el canto de ángeles del cielo, y no es que yo haya estado allí, sino es que aquí no suena nada tan bueno. Sentí un fuego que me acariciaba el alma y me comenzaban a crecer sonrisas en la barba. Tenía alas para atravesar las nubes y olía también que hasta las flores querían mi perfume. Crecí tanto que los planetas los tomé en mis manos y jugué con ellos a las letras en segundo plano. Claro que a los pocos instantes me cogí para poder volar y volar sobre un colibrí. Sí, los árboles cantaban jazz o tal vez blues o quizás más, tal vez algo más. Caminaba en el mar, podía parar el tiempo, acelerar, repetir con un simple movimiento. Podía quitarme la vida y nacer de nuevo porque al paraíso donde iría no sería tan bueno, era perfecto. Como si de un cuento se tratase, podía hasta aclarar un defecto, por si lo perfecto me asustase. El hecho que por un instante entré en razón y no estaba soñando, estaba haciéndote el amor. Fue plenitud lo que sentí estando dentro de ti, bailando por adentro de tu cuerpo. Algo tan simple como que yo voy en ti, tú vas en mí. Como dos piezas que encajan perfecto. De peces 1.000.000.000 de humanos tú y yo. Somos una especie que murió hace tiempo. Solo que una hembra es su complemento. Por eso es tan natural querernos. En mis labios se escalaban tus cordilleras y unidos más que Pangea me acelerabas el miocardio. Cuando las olas que imitaban tus caderas reventaban en mi abdomen llenándome de tu río caldo. Besaba yo tus pies para estar en tus huellas. Mi lengua rozaba tus piernas y entre ellas. Y como una vil leguleya peleabas por el derecho a elegir en qué posición ver las estrellas. Podías reír, sudar, gemir, hablar para explicarme por qué parecía ibas a llorar y yo tocándote como quien se tira por la mañana y hacer ruido de placer al hacer que nada en la cama sobra. Las palabras debería callarme ya y hacerte el amor despacio al compás de este humilde rap que es para ti. Hecho para ti, escrito para ti, cantado a ti, cualquier otro adjetivo que termine en ti, sí. A través de mis ojos tú te vieras y en mi cuerpo sintieras lo que me inspiras. Te viera con sed, abrazarte quisieras, ya que esa es la forma como estos ojos te miran. Iba aterrizando las nubes de trampolines, fueron tus senos los que usé como almohadines. Y hasta que se termine esta corta canción, olvidaba decir que me encantó hacerte el amor. Fue plenitud lo que sentí estando dentro de ti, bailando por adentro de tu cuerpo. Algo tan simple como que yo voy en ti, tú vas en mí. Como dos piezas que encajan perfecto. De peces 1.000.000.000 de humanos tú y yo. Somos una especie que murió hace tiempo. Solo que una hembra es su complemento. Por eso es tan natural querernos. Y ahora quién sabe cuándo volvamos a vernos.
not living with life, you're living in your mind. Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. That means your fear is always about that which does not exist. If your fear is about the non-existent, your fear is 100% imaginary. If you're suffering the non-existential, we call that insanity. So people may be in just socially accepted levels of insanity, but if you're afraid or if you're suffering anything which does not exist, it amounts to insanity. People are always suffering, either what happened yesterday or what may happen tomorrow. So your suffering is always about that which does not exist, simply because you're not rooted in reality. You're always rooted in your mind. Mind is one part of it is memory, another part of it is imagination. Both of them are in one way imagination, because both of them don't exist right now. You're lost in your imagination. That's the basis of your fear. If you were rooted in reality, there would be no fear.
Had a dream that my baby brother pulled up on me in the Bentley truck. Lord bless him, gotta cut the stress and got a niece and nephew with a sippy cup. Oh, we gon' get it now. Don't you fucking doubt it. Lord, cut the stress and bring on the blessings. We was born without it. Godspeed. 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 Godspeed.
La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Sé que hay bonitos recuerdos, pero no es de acuerdos. Tienes recuerdos por obsesión. El tiempo aquí es como el pantalón de un niñito, bien cortico y repleto de caca. Empaca tus sentimientos y llévalos en un bolsito hasta que el tiempo te diga dónde se sacan. La vida es un viaje, no una estación. Saca tu memoria de esa prisión. Tu vida es una película que ahorita es que comienza, así que luce, cámara y acción. Hey, hace rato que no nos veíamos, mucho ha pasado desde aquella velada. Sin embargo te esperaba aunque sin ansia, porque sé que en la nostalgia llegas y no dices nada. Te metes en mi cama, en mi cerebro indagas hasta que no puedo ya ignorarte, haga lo que haga. Ha pasado mucho tiempo. Señora inspiración, mucha dueña de mis buenos sentimientos. La invito a tomarse uno, fumarse un cigarrillo como niños que juegan a ser maduros y como un conjuro. Limpiar la rabia de mi pecho con palabras que al rimarlas me hacen sentir satisfecho. Al menos por un ratico, hasta que me despierten esa realidad de la cual soy convicto, como la rutina, como las doctrinas, como tantas cosas que me hacen pensar que estoy en ruinas. Nacer, crecer, reproducirse, morir, pues estar vivo no es precisamente igual a vivir. Estoy enloqueciendo, hay tanto que quisiera no haber descubierto. Siento que soy un muerto que vive encubierto. Cada vez mis canciones son más complicadas porque yo a veces me complico por nada. Mi mente es mi peor enemiga. Me dijo te diré lo que es mentira sin pensar el daño que me haría. Vivimos entrenando para ser dinero, estudiando cosas que a veces ni siquiera queremos, esculpiendo nuestros cuerpos. Para estar buenas y buenos, pues sabemos que para ver corazones todos son ciegos. El orgullo y el ego, hablando de felicidad sin ni siquiera saber qué queremos. Todos quieren la jeva más buena, camioneta nueva, pero ¿y la felicidad qué? Como dice el tema. Admito que a veces me cansa luchar y quisiera dormir para jamás despertar, pero recuerdo esos momentos que varias veces me dieron aliento y que me hacen agradecer cuando despierto.